All right. So last time we met, you guys reached out, or you got information looking into the battle droids that were being shipped out from the factory that you guys just destroyed. You decided to look into the spot that got the most droids sent to it. It was sent to a low gang leader named Irri Carri on the planet Torri. You guys went there and started to try to find information about where they're at, what they're doing. You found, you got information that they were planning to rob a place when you went down there and broke into it to find out what was there. You found out that it was restraining bolts that they were planning to use on the droids. You tried to track down the boss to stop the attack, but which did not work. So then you ended up going back and protecting the factory to make sure they did not get the shipping bolts. The gang came with their 25 or 30 people, as well as they had additional people from the Firecrest security, which was unplanned. You guys retreat or let the guards take out or go to the roofs, and you fought in the middle of the streets with your lightsabers to protect the building. And at the end, there's a whole bunch of bodies in the streets. Many of them shot, many of them cut with lightsabers. And you guys had, I think, 4 or 5 that surrendered at the end, who were trying to blow their way into the building to circumvent you guys.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And anything that I missed?
Nope,
That was pretty much it.
Mm-hmm. Cool. After 3 weeks, I remembered. Yay. All right. So you guys put away, you guys have the people restrained. The security that the building hired helps you restrain everybody. Sergeant French was the guy who was in command of them. You get them all restrained and detained, and he's called the local law enforcement to come and collect them before they get there. French comes over to French kind of pulls you guys over to the side and starts to speak with you. Thank you for helping us here. With the number that they sent, we wouldn't have been able to hold out. So I greatly appreciate what you've done. One concern I do have for you guys is your style of fighting. With it being on display, that word may get out about your techniques and draw attention from people that I'm sure you don't want to meet.
No, yeah.
Are you planning to stay on planet long, or is there anything that we can try to help you with to hopefully get you and prevent the Empire from coming here?
Well, what we were really trying to get is what they were trying to restrain, a set of combat droids. We have suspicion that they are meant to sow chaos on your planet. We simply wanted to destroy them and be on our way.
So I take it you don't know where the droids are at? Do you know who owns them?
Well, whoever leads this little friendly bunch, and I waggle one of the unconscious restrained people.
Irri Carri is at least last I looked into that gang, she was the person in charge of it. It'd be, 60 combat droids could cause quite a disturbance on the planet, depending what style they are and how they're used. If you find out where they are and you need help destroying them, reach out to me, and I can send my people to help and hopefully prevent this from erupting. But
I don't know with your connection. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, but with your connections, do you know where we can find her? I mean,
I can try. Last I knew, she kind of was staying out of the limelight. They got into a scrape with a different gang and were kind of had to take cover. So she's kind of been underground for a while. But I can try to see if I can find out where she's at and let you know.
Can I help?
No. We had a lead, but it didn't go anywhere. Who was the rival gang?
The Kanesh. They do similar to the Manny stealing, boosting stuff. There's probably about 100, 150 strong on planet.
Okay.
They're still out there. They're still out and active. So, well, like I said, give me a call if you are able to find.
Get inside. Come on.
Find more.
You want to watch Word Party?
And we'll try to help you out.
Stop it.
Thank you so much, Sergeant.
Well, I mean, were any of the people that we captured actual gang members, or were they all mercenaries?
Some of the people that you captured were the 5 who surrendered were the mercenaries. You have people that you took down, or that Kareth took down, that were just taken down with his stun saber.
Stun saber. Mm-hmm.
Which you guys would be able to revive and give.
All right. Well, let's from markings or from things that we saw on the battlefield, can we tell who the highest ranking person Kareth took down is?
Oh yeah, like by gang colors or like arm patch or something.
Yeah. Or just by how sheer badass they were during the fight. I mean, so they were all, it was groups led by someone, presumably.
Sorry, I missed the beginning of that. Dylan was fussing. You're looking to see if they have markings on the people.
We're trying to figure out who the highest ranked person in the gang that Kareth took down is, so we can wake them up and question.
You want the highest grade of hooligan?
You look around and their system of assigning leadership doesn't seem very strong, but you're able to figure out who seems to be the person that was in charge.
Who's the person that's holding the brain right now?
Yep. Is a human. His name's Vimes, or goes by Vimes. You guys can wake him up.
All right. Well, let's do that.
Mm-hmm.
You bring him to, and he has you can see his eyes are out of it. They're kind of not tracking. He's very disoriented still, but he's conscious and able to speak.
Hello.
So you should consider yourself lucky that you fought my friend here and not me. Perhaps you could pay some of that fortune forward and tell us some information that we want to know.
I believe most people deserve a second chance.
What information do you need?
We know you are coming here to obtain this shop's restraining bolt. We want to know where the droids that you needed the restraining bolts for are located.
I don't know where they're at. We were given the mission to get the bolts.
And where are you going to take them?
We were taking them. We were asked to take them over to the Lumina. One of the security officers there, Jin, was going to take them from us, and he was going to get them over to Irri.
Lumina? Is this another security?
This is the hotel/gambling establishment.
Right. That's right. That's why I remember making that up.
Yep. But,
So did they say any particulars of where in the delivery?
Jin is one of the security officers. He's normally on the floor. So they said we were supposed to find him on the floor, and he would bring people out to unload it from our vehicle and store it at the hotel until Irri could get it.
Huh. Okay. I think that was actually very helpful. Thank you so much, Vimes. Do you know where Irri is at per se?
Not currently, but I know since she got the robots, got paid for the robots. I don't know the exact details of it. She's been spending more time at the Lumen, so she may be there right now, but I don't know for sure.
Huh. That's also very helpful, Vimes. Enjoy your stay in prison.
Oh, can you put in a good word that helped out?
Oh, of course. I'll make sure the sergeant front lets them know. I'm just thinking, at least you didn't have to meet my friend here.
There's a lot of your buddies out in the street still that would agree with that.
You can still see that he's kind of still out of it, but okay.
I assume that the security forces have been out there, trying to clean up as best as they can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. They're trying to clean up.
A torso is being dragged across.
Yeah, right. Two different guys got one leg each or whatever, and they're just like. Yeah.
It's not fair. I had to carry the last torso. You get this one.
I mean, given how that fight went, it's entirely possible that there was some cleave action going on there.
Oh yeah.
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 Yep. Well, hey, at least lightsabers are cut, so it's not all bloody and messy. So, in theory,
it cauterize the wound as it goes through.
Yeah.
Yep. And then all the people got shot with blasters, and those kind of cauterized too. So, it's a clean battle. Unlike people with blades and swords, so messy.
I do want to see about. It's probably a little late in the game now, but I do want to see about one of those ancient blades, though. I feel like that would be so much better. Not going around whipping out the lightsaber all the time. I mean, granted, I'm assuming you can't use it for parry and reflect, but
you can.
Oh,
because
it doesn't have the armor penetration.
It does not have breach. So, yeah. And it's pierce too.
I'm okay with that. You know what?
Yeah.
Lightsabers really are unfair. If you're the only one using one.
That's one of the challenges of when you play Force and Destiny. It's so I have 4 people who are hitting my bad guys, and my bad guys don't get armor, any of these things that are helpful.
Yeah, and you have to. So you could try to set up terrain to not be at the Jedi's advantage. But then at some point, someone's going to buy
Force jump and
enhance and be able to jump across the trench or to the higher ground that you set up or whatever.
or
start combat at extreme range with sniper rifles, whatever. But it's like
or bind. It's like, oh, look, they're up on the roof. Come here.
Or move if you're so inclined to be that kind of force user.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I was like in my other game, the people had to get to the roof, and like, how can we get to the roof? Like, well, we have to go through security and get in the elevator, and I'm like, well, one of you has move, and like, would we be able to move someone that far on the roof? It's like, well, if you roll well enough, you could move people to extreme range, so that would be the roof. But I ruled she couldn't move herself, so everybody but her would be able to get on the roof, and
you have to like haul her up by ropes after or something.
Yeah. But then they decided to just go through the security route and take the elevator.
It's by one jetpack.
Well, I was like, yep. That's all it takes. That's why I haven't given people jetpacks. I was watching like one of the last episodes of the Clone Wars, and like, they had a battalion of clone troopers that now had jetpacks, and they were so much more effective than before. And it's like, how are you giving these to them at the beginning if they're supposed to be these elite troopers?
Well, yeah. I mean, when you think about it, like, that's also another way you could disadvantage a Jedi group, right? Is they're on jetpacks. Hope you have saber throw or jump or that side of the enhanced tree, so you can jump there and try to whack them. Yep. Or move, or ways, but.
Yep. Well, I did that till its end, but she had saber throw. So then she got a triumph on her saber throw and blew up his jetpack, and he fell to the ground, and that fight was over. So apparently falling really hurts in this game. So
yeah, does her tree have that one ability that my mechanics guy in the one game had, that you can just make something fail?
Yes and no. No, it does not have it. But when she described how she wanted her character to be, she said she wanted to be like MacGyver. Oh, actually, no, she doesn't have bad motivator.
Yeah, bad motivator. That's what it's called. Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't have bad motivator. She is the other one of, I make something that works for this scenario. And normally the armor doesn't have that, but she's like, I want to be like MacGyver. I'm like, well, this is as close as we can do. She's like, all right, that works. So swapped out talent on her tree. I think on all of her trees I swapped out talents to make them more appealing. But okay. So you guys got your information from Vines.
Whatever it's called.
Late in the, pretty sure it's late in the evening. Which is
the perfect time to go to a bar.
Yep. Which was when you were supposed to, or when the delivery or the attack was happening. So, you guys want to head over to the Lumen?
I'm wondering if we should try to fake some kind of actual delivery and have a tracker in it, or.
Well, I mean, at this point, the fact that there's been a altercation in the middle of the street. We'll get back to her, I'm sure.
Yeah, you're right. So that means we're probably walking into a trap over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm just like, meh, whatever.
That's why you have lightsabers. That's why you have lightsabers. It's a trap. I have a lightsaber. It's okay. Yeah.
It's like the cat's already out of the bag.
The walls are closing in. No problem. What wall?
What problem can't you solve with a lightsaber?
Yeah.
And if you can't solve it with a lightsaber, you solve it with a force power. Come on. You're going to let me in. Okay.
Which is actually, a really entertaining part of Star Wars. They're in this stupid trash compactor. I'm like, what? Are you a wizard or not?
Oh.
Luke was a apprentice wizard.
Sure.
Speaking of wizards, the group that makes kids on bikes is releasing their next system, Kids on Brooms, which is designed to do the Harry Potter world. So I got on late pre-order.
I'm way more entertained by that than Kids on Bikes, to be honest.
Yeah. So I got it on late pre-order. I should get the PDF on the 22nd, and then the book, whatever. But so I saw that, and I'm like, I'm gonna jump on that one because that one sounds entertaining. And no, I'll say the PDF. I'll share a copy with you guys. And it wasn't clear if they designed this to be run separate, like if this has all the rules for Kids on Bikes plus Wizard stuff, or if they expect you to already have Kids on Bikes to then do Kids on Brooms. So, but either way.
Are they supposed to have the same system?
Yeah, they use the same system.
Oh, okay.
Except for magic or supernatural powers, but so for all of your stats are one of the dice, and when you roll that, you get a difficulty, and you have to roll over it, and there's degrees of success. So I didn't have a chance. Well, I had a chance to, but I didn't watch people play test. People playing it early today. I might next week watch the people who ran like sample games for it and see how it goes. But yeah, when I saw it go by, I'm like, that should be fun. But then I'll have to go reread the Harry Potter books or go rewatch the Harry Potter movies and remember it all.
Right.
All right. So you guys were heading over to the Lumen, regardless of whether it's a trap.
I'm guessing that we still have the strain from the end of the battle, right? Or is that?
I always forget about my strain regaining.
You can make a cool check to recover your strain.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do right now.
Yeah, mine uses force dice.
Yep. And so before something went by on the forum of if you can use advantages to recover strain, and how the rules say it just says you have to spend successes. But then people are saying it's a skill check of using cool. So you can use advantages to recover strain because it's a skill check. So it's worded poorly in the book, but makes sense game mechanically because you can use advantages to recover strain on any other skill check. So you can do it with it, successes and advantages. I'm fine with that now.
Oh, okay.
So I easily regained the 2 strain that I was down.
Well,
yep.
I get at least 4 back.
I have wounds, though, which I'm not happy about.
Yep. Yeah. Like I said, I share that with you guys. Was it Daniel? Because I know you run another game, and I don't know if you've done that with recovering strain.
Yeah, I said that you can roll strain, and I said successes only. I was always wondering about advantages. Someone had a house rule that if you get 2 advantages, it's kind of like activating another strain, but...
Yeah, like I said, I saw that go by, and like when I read it, because I'm like, well, the rulebook says you can't, or it says you can only use successes, but then everybody called out like it's a skill check. You can use advantages on skill checks. I'm like, it clicks. Okay, strange that they didn't like call it out that way, but okay. So, all right. So you guys head over to the Lumen, going through the streets that you have before. That this time of night, the streets are very empty. So you do not run into any issues as you cross. Was there anything that you were looking to do before you arrived?
At this point, let's just do this.
Yeah, we could disguise ourselves, but seriously, I mean, she's probably going to know anyway.
Okay. You guys head over to the Lumen. When you get there, it has that typical neon casino lights. The Lumen is brightly emitted white with pink lights surrounding it. As you go up, you see there's bouncers at the door. You see taxis. Every so often, taxis pulling up, dropping people off or picking people up. Not a steady flow of people going in and out, but busier than anywhere else at this time of night.
Well, let's see how the lumen is.
You head in as you go up. As you get near the door, the bouncers kind of put their hands out like, "Oh, no weapons are allowed in here. If you have any, you need to check them. You can get them back when you leave."
That's totally fair. Where's lockers? Right this way.
They have they take you over to a locker. With the other bouncer is like, "Sir, do you have anything you need to check at Roos?"
Do these brass knuckles count as weapons? I guess they do. I'll put these in there.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll put my holdout pistol in the locker.
You
Okay.
never know when someone's going to get salty about losing a hand, but I suppose if I can't have them, I can't have them.
Okay. And so I have to assume you guys are keeping your main tool of your lightsabers. I know yours is hidden in your arm.
Yep.
They are going to look for yours, but what's higher for you, stealth or skullduggery?
Skullduggery.
Okay, what's your skullduggery?
2 yellow, 3 green. Cunning.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they do not find your lightsaber, and kind of as they're searching you, you feel their hand kind of hit a spot that they normally don't search, and like, "Oh, I'm sorry about that, sir. Here." They kind of go get you like a meal voucher and like a card with like 100 credits on it, preloaded.
Did you roll like a despair or something?
For threat.
Fourth threat.
Oh, okay.
Fourth threat. It's like, "Oh, so sorry, sir. Here you go. Here's a meal voucher for our."
What he doesn't know is that's where my lightsaber was. So he obviously thinks I'm very well hung. And happy to be impressed.
We're very happy to be. The other day I was donating plasma, and they already stuck me in. I was sitting there, and somebody knew was going in the chair next to me, and the person who was going to stick them came over, and like they're looking for their vein, and then they go like do something for someone else, and like as they were walking away, they're like, "Well, make sure that vein is happy to see me when I get back," and I'm like. I'm like, wow. Okay, all right. Well, as long as you're okay saying that. So, all right. So your meal voucher and your card with 100 credits preloaded onto it for playing this evening. They allow you in the casino. As you enter, it starts kind of with more of the hotel. You have the wide lobby, the check-in desks on the opposite side. You see over on the right side, they have the gift shop, and then over on the left-hand side, you see a small, probably like 15-foot entry point that goes out to the casino floor.
Yeah, she's in the gift shop. Golly, the way he was frisking you, I thought he was going to ask you to dance or something.
It wouldn't be the first time, I guess. So, all right. Well, I'm not the gambler here, but I don't know if that's why we're here anyway. So, do we know what this woman looks like?
You've not seen her.
Shoot. And we have very few destiny points to say, hey, did we ask for a description?
I feel like we were just told like her race and that's it.
Yeah. Which is human?
Human. Yep.
Well,
yeah, I'm human.
One way I guess is to see if I can be able to get to the VIP section.
Yeah.
Okay. You go through the hallway leading to the casino. As you go in, you see they have like the equivalent of, well, there are slot machines out there. and like sabacc tables and other games out there. Looking around, you see for a hotel, it's more security than you would expect for the hotel. But looking at them, they're not heavily armed. So they have a lot of people out there, but they don't. They typically just have like holdout blasters that you see versus heavier weapons like or heavier pistols to deal with problems.
Well, yeah, you don't want to be shooting a heavy pistol in a crowd.
Yeah.
Granted, having a lot more people just walking the walls does seem a little,
You kind of start walking around, taking account of what all games are there and looking around. There are certain you ate, or did you want to go play games and try to mingle to find her, or how do you want to try to find people?
I was thinking of mingling / maybe going to the high stakes table.
You do that. I got to figure out something else. I don't know what though.
Okay.
Maybe I can be on the lookout for someone who is doing a really good job at cheating or doing something else. Then I could then point out to the security to get on the security's good side.
Okay. Go ahead and so the Kareth and Ruth separate out. Kareth heading over to the high roller section, and
well, I mean, I feel like if I catch someone doing something shady in the high rollers area, that'll be the biggest bang for the buck. So we can at least go there together and then go our separate ways.
Okay. All right. You head over to the high rollers area. Go ahead and make a perception check. It'll be 2 red
individual,
and then a step back because it's busy.
I'm sorry. How hard did you say?
2 red, 1 purple, and 1 step back. And because I have too many dark side points, I'll make it 3 red. Unless you already rolled.
Not yet.
Okay.
That's a lot of dark side. So I got 2 threat, but I've got 4 successes.
Okay.
So I don't know. I saw them, but they noticed me seeing them.
So you, so we'll say you notice them, and you notice them happening so quickly, you don't really have time to tell security before it's kind of out of sight. So you kind of take the initiative to kind of step up to them and call it out when they're in the action. So you kind of step up, and as you see, they're playing sabacc, and they have like they're like moving a card back from the table to swap with the one underneath, and like you slap your hand on the card, and then like turn it over and like kind of reach where he was going to and pull out another one. Like he's cheating. And the security kind of immediately stand up. They're not very far because it's a high roller table. And they come over and they kind of grab him from under the arms and kind of pull him out. One of the security officer comes up and is like, sir, it's typically not the patron's job to handle situations like that. If you see it, you should probably let us know.
I know, I thought about trying to point it out, but I didn't know if it was going to be a one-time thing or not, and I just, spur of the moment, see something, say something really loud, right?
We appreciate it, but it just may ruin you. It might hurt your reputation here if it gets out that you're doing stuff like this. So, kind of for your own safety, just let us know next time. But we greatly appreciate it. And as he kind of takes a step back, Kirith, there's now an opening at the table.
May I be dealt in?
The dealer kind of has a puzzled look of like what was happening, and the security officer who complimented Roos goes over to the dealer, has him stand up, and he takes him away from the table, and then probably 30 seconds later, another dealer comes over and sits down, does the showing the hands, and grabs a new deck and starts taking over, and it's like, please, the table's the seat is open.
All right.
Sit down there, start doing first a Bach.
So can I surreptitiously follow the security guard leading the dealer off to be punished? Perhaps that would be where the leadership of the casino would be.
Yeah.
If it comes to a point where I'm gonna just walk through the crowds and stuff, I'm not gonna. And if they go through a door or something, then I'll just try to look through the wall and hope my force dice don't roll as bad as they just did on this perception check, because that's a lot of dark side.
Yeah. And are you trying to do it where you're not being seen, or are you okay with them seeing you?
No, yeah, no. I want to do it on the down low.
Okay. Go and do a stealth check. It'll just be average with a setback. And then I'll upgrade once because I have too many dark side points.
Do I trust it? I guess I have to trust it. Wah, wah.
Ooh.
Oh, fail?
Yep.
Bruce doesn't fail things.
Well, he does when it's not something you can use the force on.
Wow, Bruce doesn't fail things. Something's wrong. Okay. So you try to blend in, following them. They're taking a while to get off the floor because they move out of the high roller area to kind of get to the edge of the wall versus taking a straight route, and then have to do like a big loop to get to the security door. As you were walking, the security guy kind of looks back and he sees you. He sees you and kind of like stops and turns around. With your advantages, you can duck behind someone to kind of stay out of sight, but he has that feeling that he's being followed. He kind of stops and looks around, and he doesn't see you. But as he continues to walk, you see him checking more often. He gets over to a security door that leads, or a security door on the edge of the wall, and he puts in his number for the door to unlock, because I know Philip loves those things, and he steps through with the dealer. The door, the heavy door closes behind him.
All right, so, well, okay, so I guess I get to use my force power twice here. This is going to be pretty sweet. So first of all, I want to see what's on the other side of the door.
Okay. You look through and
take a dark side for doing it, apparently.
right, so you look through and you see they enter a hallway that goes down for probably goes down for about 60 feet. Looking through the walls next to the hallway, you see that it is computer equipment. From looking at it, it looks like it's like drive storage for all their surveillance equipment.
But no one actually manning it?
You don't see anybody besides those two that just went through in this area. So nobody manning it. Well, it's the hardware for it, not like the displays, not the security desk where people are watching it.
Right. It's just like server racks or something.
Server equipment, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Or whatever the retro futuristic version of a server rack would be.
Yeah.
Tape drives, bunch of tape reels just running.
It's tough to lie back then. Oh, what were those? What are the 100 megabyte discs? That
Zip drives?
Zip drives. Well, there was something before zip drives, though.
Yeah. Jazz?
But they didn't catch on. That I can't remember what they were called, but yeah. So, yep. But yeah, you see basically the storage.
Like Betamax tapes. They were huge.
Yep.
They were like really huge.
Yeah. When I worked at Kmart for a short time, each night I had to take out a tape to put into their machine to back up the information. And so it was up tape storage of how old their stuff was. Like, wow. But
actually, tapes backups are still done. It's because it's so slow. It's only done on a very occasional basis, but they're huge.
Yeah. Yep. So you see the two kind of server rooms, and then they go down this hallway. You watch as they get to this point, and eventually they turn to the right, opening another door. And then are obscured by the server equipment.
All right, well, since there's no one in there, I'm going to go ahead and attempt to figure out which buttons he just pushed.
Okay.
Looking for the flakes of skin he would have left behind, of course.
The oil.
Yeah, the skin oils, yeah.
The dirt oil.
The sweat from his... from his
Hey, I got a light side point!
Yay!
Wow, one.
All right, you're able to see it, and you can resequence it to get the door open with no problem. You head down the hallway, and the server areas, you don't see doors going to those server areas. The first door that you see is the one that they went into, and it's probably 70, 80 feet down before you get to it. And you see it's a heavy door, but not as heavy as the one that you just went through. It doesn't have a lock. Actually, it does have a lock on it, but it has a little window on there, and you see the security guard sitting with the dealer, and they're sitting in front of the hollow screen, and they're basically reviewing the footage of the person at the table. You see them like kind of filling out a do not allow information to bar him from coming in. And then also like they're sitting there to review it to see how he was cheating, to basically coach the dealer on what to look for.
Yeah, at least he's not getting killed. That's nice. Is it only those two in the room?
Those are the only two you see in the room.
All right. So is there anywhere further to proceed in here?
Yeah, going down the hallway, probably about another 30 feet down. There's a office or a door that's straight on with the hallway, and then there's two others on the side, on each side. With using your vision, you can read from where you're at One is the office of the head security. The one on the right is his assistant, and then the one on his left is his subordinate, or his
second in command or something?
in command.
Like a lieutenant or something?
Yep.
All right.
I think they get such cool nicknames for
Not like an
security
assistant
officers, but
manager or something. Like,
yeah.
you be the security manager, like the assistant security manager or something.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty entertaining because I can read text from that far away. No problem. That's really early in the tree too.
Farsight is
the best. It's seriously like the best. It would have made me the best detective in the world. Because you also can't tell that I'm doing it, right? So it's like, until I have to use the dark side and like sweat starts breaking out and I get like a evil look on my face. But okay, well I don't know how useful it's going to be to. Well, I wonder if there's security cameras. Like, could I? Would
in this hallway?
Manager's room have the cameras? Is this where the eye in the sky is? Or do they even have an eye in the sky? I don't know.
They definitely have an eye in the sky. As you were walking through the floor, you could see that they have cameras throughout. You think this would probably not like the control room where they do the main monitoring, but you would assume that the chief security would be able to access the cameras from his office.
All right. Is he in there right now? I know if he's in there right now.
With it, you can roll to see if you see through the wall, or if you have to take more conflict. But yay! You see all three of the offices are empty.
All right, I'm gonna roll down there and go into the security office.
Okay.
Are there any is this what's the ceiling like? Is it like a drop ceiling with acoustic tiles, or is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a drop ceiling with acoustic tiles. So you head down and you say his door.
Like a convenient way to escape if I have to.
Yep. You have lightsaber. There's always a convenient way to escape.
Well, and I can use influence. I know I normally let Kirith do the influencing, but I also have influence. So.
Yep. All right. So you head down the hallway to the chief's office. Go ahead and do a skull.
Lock the door behind. Oh, is it locked? Okay.
Yeah, it's locked.
Okay.
Go and do a skullduggery check.
I guess the security guy would be pretty likely to lock his door, huh?
Yep. And the chief security would be likely to have a very good lock on his door.
Fair.
So it'll be 2 red and 2 purple.
Yeesh.
For your skullduggery.
That's a toughie.
It really is. Well, all right. Trust in the dice. Good call.
Wow.
All right. It takes not much time, and you pop the door open, and then we'll cut back to Kareth. So Kareth, you're at the table. They're starting to deal you. They start to deal you in. Looking around, there's 6 other people.
Guys.
Okay. There's 6 other people at the table who are playing the game. Most of them are human. There's hi, Bill. You gonna go watch your show? There's four humans there. There's a Twi'lek and then a Rhodian at the table. The dealer kind of goes around and deals out the cards, and kind of after the scene, kind of most of the talk is directed at the dealer of what are you going to do with the last guy cheating, and the dealer's like, I just got here. All I can do is say, basically, the game keeps going from where it was. Whatever's happened has happened. We'll submit to my security officer is going to look into it to see see if they can determine how much was affected and take your information to basically make it up to you or make up whatever they felt he got away with. And most of them are happy with that. For the Rodian, it takes longer for him to kind of calm down about it. You see, like, his stack is shorter than most, but they deal you in and start playing cards. Go ahead and make a skullduggery check for your first round. Are you going to try to cheat at all, or how do you plan to play?
Okay, well, how exactly would it go if I did use skullduggery?
So skullduggery is to be if you're going to try to take advantage somehow. If you, I forgot the rules on this because we haven't done it for a long time.
Because the other one is, I think, is knowledge, which I am totally.
Knowledge, yeah. Knowledge, education,
Yeah.
or if there's some other skill that is appropriate for the scenario.
Yeah, I doubt charm is. Maybe deception, but even then, that's not. I'm going to go ahead and just use skullduggery. It's the one I have.
I mean, charm would work. I mean, basically, you're trying to butter people up to change their stance of you, either make them think that you're not as much of a threat as you are, or so you can do charm.
Okay. Let's see. Then my skills. Yeah.
Be a red and 2 purple.
Red and 2 purple for charm. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And since I have charm, I can use the force with that. Yep. So,
Yep.
All right. Huh. Okay. Yeah.
I assume I don't get that anyway, so.
Yeah, I consider it because I only have 2 of these things, and it's only the beginning of the session, so.
Okay.
All right.
Oh God, we're so low on light side points.
I know. I'm seeing that too, and it's like, oof.
I'm trying to spin them.
Yeah, the big drawback to keeping the force pool the way it is that in theory every session we should be adding a light side point. If we were re-rolling every time, we'd automatically have 1 light side point every session. And for me, and I don't know if Daniel's reached.
No, I kind of fell back.
Did you? Yeah. Well, I'm falling down. I'm falling too. I was over 80, and now I'm at 77.
Remember, I killed.
That he murdered someone.
So I'm this close from the dark side.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Didn't realize you had fallen that far. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, he climbed slower than you because of cheating and lying and other things.
I know, but he did a lot of coercions.
Yeah.
Which you've been making him take nickel and diming him for. So. Yeah.
Yep. So you have triumph, not a despair. My mistake.
Yes.
So during the first couple of rounds, you're able to kind of start small talking people, kind of win them over, or find out about them without much effort. You're able to find out that one of the humans, male humans there is Irri, who's at the table with you. And what would you like to use your triumph for?
Okay, so
then
Irri. Maybe like a surreptitious way to alert me that you've located our target.
Either notifying you, or I'm also thinking of this is a charm check, and with a triumph, how she is really taking a like to me.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
I like that. Just leave me hanging. That's good. It's good. Yeah, it's good. No. It's good because that's way more entertaining.
I got it. Yeah, I know. All right. She said she's taking a liking to you? Or
Yes.
he's taking a liking to you? Okay. I'll be right back. One sec. You're gonna get diaper. Okay. Okay. All right. So you come back and he, and then also how much were you, I don't know what your money situation at was. How much were
It's
you?
pretty good. I was planning to gamble 1,000, but
Okay.
I'll be right back.
because it is a high rank table, so.
Yeah. Okay.
And I have 3 up the antes, so it's plus 30%.
So go ahead and gain 500.
All right. Actually, I don't know if this. Yeah. All right. It says I have 50. Or 5. Okay. Cool.
And Irri was like, well, fortune favors you tonight. Well, how have you been around this planet long? Or are you
no.
taking our money?
Oh, please. I'm here to simply just to have fun, like all of you. And of course, we know all how to have fun, right? I'm just passing through. Just came here actually recently.
Maybe by the hamper. I think it fell down when we were doing stuff. Well, hopefully your fortune keeps up, but hopefully your fortune doesn't affect mine.
Of course not. I wouldn't want to have you lose because of my gains.
He kind of stands up and he's 2 seats away from you, so he kind of like stands up and walks over and introduces himself. Irri, and you are
Daniel.
You're Daniel?
I'm sorry. Sorry. Whoa. Sorry.
Excellent cover.
That's my cover name. I don't want him to know my real name.
Wow. That was awful. Kiris.
All right. Kiris, good to meet you. What the rounds start going again. He's just kind of small talking. He's like, so what brings you here?
I don't know. I just have the traveling itch, trying to find my own freedom, wherever it may be, wherever there's a place to be able to, take a chance. I always find it.
So you're a professional gambler. I don't know if we let professionals at this table. I think this might be more of an amateur table.
You don't say.
Well, they kind of like scans the table, looking around the other people, like, what do you think? Do you think we should let this professional here? And they all kind of like laugh at it, and they're fine with you being there. And as the table kind of lasts, the game kind of keeps going on. And after a round or two, you see a guy come up, and you see he has the same markings as the gang that you had before, and he comes over to Irri, and they kind of stand up and take 5 steps away from the table, and you hear him, or you don't hear him, but you see him whispering to him, and
bet you wish you had my perception skills.
Nope.
Yeah, well, I could try, but it's.
Oh, what do you mean? He is better than your skills. Hold on, let me fix this.
Right, that's true. That's true. He has the
Is-
power of automatically succeeding 2 rolls every night,
Yep.
which is pretty
So,
nice.
but you can try to overhear if you want. With the distance that they took and the noise of the casino, it'll be a hard check with 2 setbacks, and then I'll spend a dark side point to upgrade.
All right. Let's see. For perception, do I? Yeah, I just do a straight up roll here. And yeah. Well, I fail, but I obviously get some advantage from this. I mean, let's see. Let's call it maybe an upgrade to any kind of because I see that he's agitated and I know maybe what it's about, and so I could be able to push any buttons. So I'll say I'll get an upgrade to any kind of
Next social check. Okay. Yep.
Yep.
As you would assume, you can't hear what's being said, but you can tell when he returns to the table that his demeanor has drastically changed. He still keeps he's very good at keeping his face how it was, but you can tell that it was not good news as the round kind of going on.
So we're talking about Irri, right?
Yep, Irri.
So that wasn't good news. My connection was a little unstable.
Yep. Yeah.
So it was definitely bad news. I'm assuming that it's obvious that the news is that the attack failed, right? I mean, seems likely.
Attack failed, massive losses, and the people that you paid to do it failed at their job too.
Yeah,
that'd be upsetting. So, yep. But he hides it well. Like I said, because you had secondhand knowledge, you knew that it was going to be bad news. So you can make it out with his demeanor change. But his facial expressions still kind of remain the same. Jumping back to Kareth, the door opens up. You see the security office in there. He has a couple hollow displays where he can watch the areas of the floor. Most of the other stuff is locked on or is in his locked computer system. Looking around the office is a very plain office. He has like a picture of his, or like a little hollow projector of his family. He has like a couple. He has a whiteboard or a whiteboard equivalent on the wall, or I guess whiteboard equivalent over on the wall with like his weekly schedule and like different meetings. Looking on his schedule, you see like basically every day he's 8 to 5 except for Friday. He has to, or the Friday equivalent, he has to stay till 7.
So he gets the shift where not much is going on. Lucky him.
Yep. So it's good to be in charge. You pass the crappy shifts to the next person. So, but what did you want to look for?
Well, I was gonna try to look for someone who might be Irri.
Okay.
But I will just, I guess the first thing I'll do is I'm going to lock the door.
Okay.
Behind me. And I'm going to move the acoustic tile directly above the monitors out of the way firsthand. That way I won't have to do that if I get interrupted.
Okay.
And then I'm going to look for Kirith, see what Kirith's up to.
Okay. You start flashing through, going through the different rooms. You see that he has access to basically all of the casino, as well as the entryway to the hotel and the security rooms off of the casino floor. He doesn't have access to the staff part or the guest part of the hotel. His is just for the casino. But you're able to flip through. You get to a spot where you see. You did it. Good job. Where you see Kareth sitting at the table that you just left. I don't know what you're saying. You see Kareth sitting at the table, and as you sit there, you getting down. As you sit there, you see the software that they have. It has the facial recognition. So you see it bring up the names of the people at the table. For Kareth, it has like a generic face and no name up top, since he's not a registered guest or hasn't been there before. But you see one of the people at the table is Irri.
Oh, all right, magic.
Face magic.
Okay, so does he also have like a computer, like maybe where I could try to find like the layout of the casino and figure out if Irri has an office here or something?
Yeah, there's a blueprint that you're able to access. It shows the floor of the casino. It's marked off by like its gaming sections. You see that also he has 3 different blueprints where it looks like at points they'll change the locations of the games or rearrange the floors to make it kind of harder for people to get out or to get out from it. And they change it maybe every couple of weeks. But you're able to find one with the layout that looks like was in place of that you passed. You don't see any offices. The only offices you see on there are the 3. There's the 3 that you're next to, the one that they were reviewing the footage in with the server rooms. On the opposite side of the casino floor, there is a room, but it does not have any description of what the room is for. Looking at the room, it's probably 15 feet by 20 feet, and it doesn't give any description of what the room's for.
All right. Okay. Well, I guess I'm going to go check out that room.
Okay.
So I guess first I'm going to look to see if there's anybody coming.
Okay. You're able to take a look out. You don't see anybody in the hallway.
All right. So I'm going to replace the acoustic tile and leave. Just walk down the hallway.
Okay.
Get back onto the floor if I can.
Okay. You head out. You're able to get back out onto the casino floor with nobody paying attention to you or nobody seeing you. As you passed by the room, you saw the security officer with the dealer kind of still looking at footage and like kind of put it in slow motion, going back and forth. And but you step out on the floor, head around the outside edge to get to the other door. When you get to the other door, they make this door not obvious. You can see like the seam lines on it. It's a push door going back. The seam lines are kind of well hidden with other decorations around it. So without knowing it's there, a lot of people wouldn't even draw attention to it.
Right, that makes sense. Yeah, I've seen one of those actually. They're pretty neat. Yeah, I guess. And is there anybody around?
There's a couple people going around, but if you wait like a minute or two, they pass, and you see an opportunity to try to get in. You can do a skullduggery check to get through. This one will be easier. I'll give you 1 red and 2 purple.
Red and 2 purple.
Yep. And I'll spend a dark side point.
All right, so skullduggery against a red and 2 purple, right?
Yep, with an upgrade. So two red, one purple.
Oh, okay.
So I'm trying to give you more dark side points or more light side points.
I appreciate that.
I'm sure Daniel will too when he tries to change his dice.
Woo! I don't know why I rolled my force dice, but whatever. Let's roll with it.
Yep. All right. So you find an opportunity and you're able to slink into the room without being seen. When you enter the room is very dark. There's or right when you step in, the room is very dark. Once the door closes, you see a sensor over to the side of you. Kind of the light flashes twice and then comes on solid. As it does, you see overhead lights kind of stage
turning on. I would have been okay with just staying dark.
As they turn on and
huge advantage.
As the first light turns on, you see that there's very sparse in the room. In the first light you see no furniture. Once the second light comes on, you see two metal chairs in the middle of the room. You see a table over on the right hand side. Looking on the table, you see the cloth rolled packages that typically hold different tools in them set on the table. Then the third and final light comes on.
Like a torture chamber? That's fun.
The third and final light comes on. You see two interrogation droids kind of in a resting rack on the wall. They're both shut off at this point. You also see a wire that leads from the back wall that is kind of resting by the chairs. So this is a mess you up room. The floor is all smooth concrete. There's a little drain in the middle, so it's easy to clean.
Right, and it's sloped. It's like sloped in every direction towards the middle.
Yeah, like an arbitrage.
Yep.
Oh, good. This is fun. I'm not very mechanically inclined. I wonder if there's anything I can do to make these droids not work.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Why? I don't want people to get tortured.
Okay.
If only I would have thought to bring some restraining bolts from dang.
Well, it's their property, so.
I mean, there's no one looking. I guess I can lightsaber them.
Yeah.
That's a way to break everything, right?
Oh, looking around this room, needless to say, you do not see cameras. So you igniting your lightsaber would not, until people plan to use it again, nobody would be the wiser.
Right. So the way that they're mounted, is there a way I can like maneuver it so that my lightsaber would like run through like the back of their head or the back of their torso or something not very obvious?
So the mounting's kind of like wires coming off the wall and then like a circle just for it to rest on. Mm-hmm. It's not like a shelf or anything heavy. So I mean, you can basically go under it and stab up straight through it. And
try and do I'm just trying to picture. Is it like one of those like IG-88 type droids or?
No, in A New Hope, that spherical droid.
Oh, it's a sphere.
Like with
needles.
Yeah. It's got like needles and like claws and pinchers and shit all over it. Yeah.
Yep. It's like the one that was going to interrogate Leia. So you go there and use your lightsaber and easily destroy them.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna I don't want to like just completely wreck them. I want to make it look like they're still functional until they go to turn them on.
Okay. Go ahead and make a mechanics check. Making it look like they won't turn on.
I mean, like that's what I was trying to think. If I could like put a hole in it with my lightsaber in an inconspicuous spot. But I guess if they're a sphere.
Go ahead and make a mechanics check.
Because you want to be sure, but how sure are you going to be?
It'll be hard.
I mean, whatever. If I fail my mechanic
Yeah.
check, it just means I destroyed a
It'll be-
droid, right?
Yeah.
So-
As in, it probably sticks out a little
It'd
bit.
be a
going-
hard. It'd be a hard check.
Yay!
Yeah.
You're able to find the sweet spot where if you have to kind of like scale the wall or jump up to get above and kind of puncture them from the top, so that it's visible from inspection and won't happen until the droid actually tries to turn on. But you're able to disable them without it being.
Take that, suckers. Just want to leave that in there for a little bit. Make sure the insides are all nice and gooey, melty.
Put it in, spin it around.
That's right, stir.
Sure. All right. We've disabled their
That's nasty.
droids. Yep.
I'm surprised they didn't bring that guy that I caught cheating back here. I'm kind of glad they didn't. I wouldn't want to see that. I'll be right back to you.
Where did you hurt? Where did you hurt? Were you standing on your bus? That's not where you're supposed to stand on. Okay. I don't. Wrong cup. You did take that thing. Sit on the cup. And then have a hand with you for another half hour. That's right. All right, sorry about that. Kid.
We all
Sir.
stepped away.
Oh, okay. Kid started climbing on stuff, and it gave out from under him. So
Oh, yeah.
he bumped himself. But all right. So we'll cut from Roos as he's doing his mechanical work on the droids.
I'm fixing things.
Going back up to Kirith at the table. Like I said, after the short discussion, Irri is again. You can tell he's annoyed, but trying to play it off as much as he can. The rounds kind of keep going on. Going to how much did you want to gamble this time?
Another 1,000.
Okay. Go ahead and how did you want to approach it?
Let's go ahead and do a charm, and since I have an upgrade with that, I'll do that.
Okay.
Yay, ebb and flow.
Well, this is influence, so I'm using my force dice for that instead. So what's the difficulty?
It'll be 1 red and 2 purple, and I'll do an upgrade again.
Ah, yay. Okay.
Trying to give you guys points.
That's right.
Of course.
We need them.
We might need them. All right. Let's give this a roll. I succeed.
All right.
2
So
successes, 1 advantage.
Yep. So you said you did 3 up the ante.
Actually,
Three.
I found out it's 4 because my lightsaber crystal has 1 as well, so it's 4. So it's
Okay.
That's
40.
awesome.
So then you gain 50% over what you gambled with your success, or because of your successes.
Okay.
You can take a boost dice on your next one for your advantage,
Okay.
unless there's something else you want to use it for.
I think it's good. Or I haven't gotten all my strain back. I'll use it to recover some strain.
Okay.
So I get. So it's again 500.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Granted, I think we have like a whole bunch more somewhere. I forget. But yeah.
Well, I think 20,000 is what I believe you guys are around, because
Yeah.
you guys bought this. I think you got 100 and then bought the shield for 80. So I think you were at 20-ish. And I rarely keep track of money. So, so the game kind of keeps going on. You see, you're doing well at the table. You see Irri is, he's losing money, but not a significant amount. He stays in. After a couple rounds, one of the humans kind of steps away, and there's the human that's sitting next to you. He steps away, and you see Irri kind of pick up his stuff and move to the empty seat next to you. And it's like, how is it being a professional gambler? Seems like it'd be an exciting life, being able to go wherever you want, go take wherever the credits take you.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I kind of learned the trade from an old friend. She helped me out when I was kind of in a low place, and kind of showed me how one can just find their freedom this way, that they can just, yeah, exactly what you talk about. Go where you please, just see where chance takes you. Sometimes it has its ups and sometimes it has its downs and it's scary, but it's one interesting ride to say the least.
Someday I think I'll take that avenue, but I haven't had the fortune yet to be well enough to leave behind my responsibilities. So,
really, what is holding you down?
Oh, you know, management. It's hard taking care of other people these days. So many businesses out there competing for the same profit that it's hard to get ahead these days, and at least in this plant, at least right now in this town. But I think fortune will smile upon me soon.
Oh,
Might be a little bit later than I was hoping for, but I think it'll still smile soon.
Well, I hope so.
So besides gambling, is there any other activities or businesses that you dabble in on your travels? I'm sure you're going to meet a bunch of interesting people and great business contacts.
Oh, I do meet people here and there. Granted, I don't know. Sometimes when you take their money, you never leave in the kindest of terms. People, I always say that I try to give entertainment for the money they lose, but some people don't see it that way.
Well, then hopefully we can remain friends. But if I leave here with my pockets too empty, I might not like you either. So
it happens, and I'm used to it.
Hey, he kind of keeps small talking for a little bit, unless there's anything you want to press for.
Only thing is that I'm going, so what do you manage?
Oh, about 30 people, small business, venture capitalism, you know, it's a very hard market to stay up in. And go ahead and, well, you already know, but it's fairly easy to tell that he's lying. Of what he's using aren't really appropriate terms for it. But he's in with a straight face. He's leaving details as vague as possible.
Huh. Venture capital can be quite the gamble too.
Oh, apparently tonight, one of the investments didn't pay out, so we'll have to move on to the next one and make sure that comes through.
Huh.
So,
what would that next investment be?
He gives some bogus term that I don't know what's appropriate for venture capitalisms to talk about. But he gives some term. And,
or Angel's starting some startup here that they have this new technology. It's going to go big.
Yep. Oh, there. He's like, there's this new. Go ahead and make a term check on him.
Okay.
It'll be two red. That should be 3 red.
3 red. Oh, wow. Okay. And a blue.
Yeah.
Here. All right. Oh, and okay.
You're on mute, Phil.
Sorry, I'm actually really impressed that it's only 3 dice.
Huh. Huh.
This is gonna be fun to figure out, huh?
Yeah. I'm wondering whether or not to use unmatched fortune because, you know, the knights, I have only 1 left and I have to make it count. Let's just roll with it.
Okay.
I get a triumph. I get a lot of advantage. So I succeed. But
So when talking about the investment management or investment capitalists, he mentions that or he lets it slip out that it's a new style of restraining bolts, or a new company that's making a unique version of restraining bolts. With your advantages, he gives more information of typically the restraining bolts are only able to affect droids that only affect the droids that are powered off, and will prevent them from doing fixed things. This new technology that they say they can do is supposed to be able to activate droids that have been shut off and then function as a restraining bolt to prevent them from doing things that they shouldn't do or do things that you want them to do. What would you like to use your triumph for?
okay. So it's a charm. It's obvious we're talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And he lets slip, with all the advantage, he lets slip that, so especially how it turns it on.
Yep. And with the advantage, I don't know if he gave it a name, but he also gives the name of the company that you guys already went to. So let more of it slip.
Maybe you could use that to make them not suspicious. If you say, would you need these restraining bolts for security at the casino? I'm trying to whittle down where the droids are.
Yeah, that's what I was. You know what? That sounds like a great idea. I was trying to see what I can leeway with that. It says, so why do you need these security bolts to turn on droids or secure them? Is there some type of droids that you need to turn on and control, or it seems weird?
It seemed weird in the beginning to me, but it seems like it would be useful if you in the security businesses, many times droids get repossessed, and when they're taken, you don't know what their programming is. And some of the criminal organizations have started using droids again for combat or for their to serve as their muscle. And if the security forces turn them on and they have a protect mode on, they immediately jump to protect mode and potentially cause a risk to the security forces. I have a couple droids where that. Oh, of course, they all have restraining bolts on, the standard restraining bolts, but but it seems like it'd be a good investment for some of the security forces. I don't know how much time you spend out in this area, but I hear that more security forces are moving towards droids for security, since we're so far away from the Republic. That is, as opposed to using droids for combat. So I think it might be an investment for the future.
But, interesting. So you're investing in security droids.
But Probably not far in the future.
Huh. Really? You have a lead?
There's a company that I've heard of on planet that is producing battle droids, and of course we know legally we're not supposed to, but if the security forces do go in there, if they can have these, then it just help them out. Zomid Technologies is the producer of them, but it's not public knowledge yet. What do you think? It's not public knowledge yet that they're making these. So if I can get these ahead of time and really help protect our town, but it should be, like I said, something that should pan out in the future, or at least in the outer rim. In the more civilized worlds, it probably won't catch on as much.
Yeah, I guess too much thought of the Clone Wars.
Yep. What's your discipline?
My discipline, that's gonna be interesting. It is 2 yellows and a green.
2 yellows and a green. And how many ranks of? I want to say it's called Trust Nobody. I know there's one in the Padawan Survivor.
Yeah, I know what it is.
This is for incoming deception role.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Trust no one. I think Trust no one. It's not ranked. So, yeah. Also for the one.
Nobody's fool.
Or the Nobody's Fool. That one too. Let me look. I think I have it in here.
That one does upgrade, if I remember right. And then Trust No One, I think, gives him a failure.
Oh, yeah. I have 2 ranks in it. So I upgrade the incoming charm, coercion, or deception checks twice. And I can also take a strain to add an automatic failure to that.
Okay.
Which I'm thinking in this kind of high-risk game, if I felt that was going to happen, I would definitely do it because, he's a criminal.
Okay. He fails horribly. So you can tell that he is making up all this information about Zomid Technologies and them being produced on planet. He also got a triumph and would have your despair. So as he's telling you this, you see kind of once he finishes his make-believe story of Zomid Technologies, the security officer that the person who took him from the table previously comes over and kind of taps him on the shoulder. He's like, "Sir," and he's like, "Oh, pardon me." He stands up and takes steps away, and you hear them start talking, and this time he's close enough where you can hear it. It's still very hushed, but like the gang was taken out almost to the man. The security force was greatly reduced. Firecrest Security is wanting to speak with you about the financial matter for the outcome. Also, we need to find a new way to get the parts. And as he's doing this, Irri steps back over and he kind of talks to the dealer and is like, "Please hold my table. It'll be just a couple of minutes." And he steps farther away from the table. They move to the outer ring to get more distance. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay.
This one is going to be, it's going to be daunting. So it'll be 4 purple.
Yay. Okay. 4 purple. Should I spend one to upgrade?
Why not?
Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so that's 3 yellows and 2 greens. All right. And let it roll. Oh, okay. I am triumphant with my success. However,
Okay.
I do get to threat.
Okay. As they step over to the side, you see them kind of continuing their conversation. After maybe of them talking for 30 seconds, you see this kid kind of come up to them, and the kid kind of tells him you see the kid telling him something, but the kid's keeping quieter than the guard is. But the kid kind of turns and looks around, and when he sees you, you see
Recognition.
Yep. So you can tell that he recognizes you.
Okay.
You don't per se recognize the kid, but you know the streets were busy before the attack happened. So that would be your best guess of what the recognition. Or
How far away are they? They're short range?
They are medium range.
Trying to think about what I have on influence. Do I have range? I do have range.
Okay.
Okay. Seeing this, I'm definitely going to try it.
Okay.
I'm going to roll my influence to try to have him believe something that is not true. That thing being, he doesn't recognize anyone here. All right. So should I roll the discipline check already, or?
Yeah, go and roll a discipline.
Okay, so there's my discipline, and what's his?
It'll just be 2 purple.
Sounds fair.
Then,
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, let's say do 2 setback, because you would have stood out for wielding the lightsaber.
Right. Well. Okay, so yeah, I fail.
Okay.
And I was trying. And I was out of fear. I was trying to pull it, and it's not happening.
You see the kid like kind of shake his head, like, and he points over towards you. For the first 2 threat that you had, go ahead and take 2 strain.
Yeah.
For the other 2 threat, if you do make another gambling check, you'll get a setback.
Okay. Yeah, if I do another gambling check,
But he stays over there maybe for another minute. At this point, Roos, you step out of your seat, or I'm assuming you were done in your interrogation room after.
Yeah.
That's when the
I
droids.
doubt unless there's anything, like I could look in the drain to see if there's anything useful, but I don't know what would be useful. Like you're not gonna be hiding droids down there, so.
A spare tooth.
So someone's tooth, someone's nails, who knows? So you step out of the you step out, and you're a distance from where Irri is, maybe like 50 feet, kind of along the not strong curving wall, but curving wall. You step out and you see Irri talking to somebody and a kid, and you're still able to see where Daniel is at the table he was at previously.
Do I see the look of reaction on his face when he looks at Kira?
I won't make you roll perception because you roll too many dice. So yes,
And,
you can.
yeah, and a kid's face isn't exactly hard to read, right? So.
And he even
Not
has
even a
excitement of.
toughest kid.
He even has excitement of being able to be helpful, of pointing out the person. So he is very easy to read. And you see Daniel is staring at that same direction. So, what would you like to do?
I don't know if there's much that I can do here. I'm not gonna do anything bad to a kid. That's just wrong.
That's good. Okay.
I don't know.
You're gonna try to blend in.
I mean, yeah, sure. I'm gonna try and try and blend in. You know, like do a slot machine here, a slot machine there, whatever with pocket change.
Okay.
Make my way over there.
All right. You just make your way around the floor or over towards where?
Over towards where all of this is going on.
Okay. All right. You're able to kind of you make it to the last bank of slot machines kind of before the high roller section starts. There's probably like a 30-foot gap between where the slot machines end and the high roller starts. They have not a plexiglass partition kind of around the high roller area to help reduce the noise. But you're able to make it relatively close to there. You continue watching, and you see the man talking to Irri kind of scan the floor and look around. Then he kind of puts his hand on the shoulder of the kid. They start walking back towards the exit of the hotel. Irri turns and he slowly walks back to the table. And as he does, you see his eyes are kind of fixed on you, Kirith. He kind of takes his seat and kind of picks up the cards that were dealt while he was out and takes a look at them, and he almost starts ignoring you as he starts playing a couple hands. Hold up, I'll be right back.
All right.
This doesn't seem great.
What?
This doesn't seem great.
No. It doesn't. He hasn't done anything yet. Which is worrisome. I can't remember if Irri saw the child pointing at me and he looked at me as well, right? Or
yeah,
that's what happened. Okay.
Yeah, otherwise it wouldn't have been that big of a deal, right?
Right. Okay.
Okay. He kind of picks up his cards and kind of starts playing. Go ahead and do if you're going to continue gambling, go ahead and do a check with whatever skill you'd like to use.
Deception.
Okay.
We're bluffing more ways than one.
Okay. It'll still be the same difficulty, two reds and a purple.
Okay. Oh, okay. 2 reds and a purple. I get a boost. And 3 die. And roll.
And Reds.
Oh dear. Part of me wants to use it, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's. I don't. I mean, you succeeded. That's the important part, right?
I succeeded.
Something bad's about to happen, but you succeeded.
I mean, it's going to hit the fan eventually. I can't hold that back.
Right.
So I'm just going to let it roll.
Okay.
I succeeded with one advantage, which I'll use to remove one strain that I'll need for later.
As you, so you have 4 ranks of anti-up, so that puts you at 50%, 50% of your bet.
Okay.
You, so after you're winning, you're playing another round, and as the round goes, the Rhodian over on the side looks, and you see him kind of like eyeballing you. Even though I guess they don't really have defined eyeballs, but you see him staring at you.
Huge eyeballs. They just don't have eyelids.
He turns his head at this huge
But not like
black
pupils.
orb.
So yeah, they're like solid black spheres versus like pupils to tell when someone's like eyeballing you. So, but he's staring at you, and you see him. He's like, "How many cards are in your hand?" And you look down, and you have 2 more cards in your hand than what you should.
What the hell?
And immediately, Irri stands up. It's like, well, he took the place of a cheat, and it looks like he's doing it himself. Security, you can please come remove this man. And he takes kind of 3 or 4 steps back away from you to give security a clear path to get to you. And
Does that put him close to me?
We'll say it puts him closer to you. You still have like the plexiglass barrier between you guys, but the security comes in and like, sir, you'll need to come with us. Leave your chips on the table as they are.
Okay. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to commit 2 force dice to brawn and 2 force dice to agility.
Okay.
And while the commotion's happening, I'm going to try and knock Irri out and then run off with him.
You're gonna try and knock him out and then run off with him. Okay.
Actually, I'm just going to do it all. I'm just going to do it to brawn. Period.
Okay.
I wish I had my brass knuckles.
Okay.
Yeah, as I'm standing up, I'm gonna show that I'm compliant. I don't want them to hold me, so.
Now you
Okay.
gotta make a scene. Am I being detained?
I know my rights. Okay.
That Rhodian, put those cards there.
You stand up. You're compliant. From the corner of your eye, you see Roos kind of come around the plexiglass and dart towards Irri.
Yeah, while the guards are distracted, while everyone's distracted, right, watching the spectacle.
Yep. Go ahead and make your brawl check. You will have adversary 1, but nothing else. So it'll be 1 red and 1 purple. I'll spend a destiny point to
Just
try to
make
help
it
him
2.
out a little bit. But this sounds like it's going to hurt.
Actually didn't hurt that bad. I wanted to have the brawn so that I could carry him off after, but the force dice would have been better for the attack.
You're a willing participant, right? In short range.
Yep.
I'm flipping a destiny point.
I saw this one.
As much damage as possible. We don't need those successes.
Or you don't need the advantages, right?
Don't need the advantages.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, that would mean this one
We
here.
just gotta be able to deal enough stun damage to put them out. And then whoop, 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 whoop.
This one
Desperate
here.
times.
And I'm trying to keep keep as many successes as possible. Oh, yeah, this one here.
Make that unblank.
You can't change the bad ones, right?
Oh, actually, I can change the bad ones.
Because that's where the failure. There's 3 failures there. So.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to stop there. I'll do that. Redo that, yeah, because I can do that. Followed by...
What's funny is we can't see what's happening here, so we're just like, what's it going to look like? It's like Christmas.
I know what it's going to look like. Something I don't want to see.
That. And
but now, as bad as both of us have been rolling tonight, if you can make us roll enough dice, something really, really bad is going to happen to us. Because you can't do it anymore.
Well, that's one of the things. Like in the Monday game, the people, the fighter type character missed more often. So a lot of the times it was social interactions, and in social interactions you go against people's disciplines, you get more red dice than you do kind of like combat ones. So they were rolling a fair number of despairs because they had all those red dice. I'm like, this feels strange. People roll despairs and they stay.
So 15 stun damage. That's the benefit of having a 7 brawn, right?
6 is the max you can go to. But,
okay.
Still.
So I would have had to roll a force dice. Oh, well, whatever. So 14 or 15 stun.
Okay.
14 stun.
You run by and you clock him in the face, and he drops like a lump.
And then I'm just like running Princess Bride style.
You grab him and start darting.
Like this guy's my new bride, and I'm carrying him across the threshold.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, I guess you know what my next words are.
Roll initiative.
Yeah.
I feel like we should get a surprise round here.
Roll initiative.
Well, but Kirith won't be included in the surprise round, or would he? I don't know. Yep, time to leg it.
Oh.
So I get to use my force dice for initiative, but since I've got them committed, I wouldn't get to use them, right?
Correct.
Okay. No problem.
Uh-oh. I only heard part of that, so...
He was just talking about his force dice are committed for increasing brawn, so he doesn't get to use them for initiative.
All right. Shoot, I didn't do my sense, but okay.
That looks like a bad guy. Why does that look like a bad guy?
Shoot.
That guy had 4 successes.
I forgot to roll it as a... Forgot to roll it as an initiative. My bad. Ruh-roh.
Whatever.
Yeah.
The security guards get to go first. Do they even know what's happening?
Not really, but let me roll the other group. Damn it! I always forget to mark it as initiative roll.
Yeah.
Oh dang! Right there on top of it.
My roll was really bad. I didn't actually see what my roll was. Oh yeah, look at all those advantages. That's fun.
Yeah. All those advantages.
you're going to break the tie for everybody who rolled 0.
That's right.
I might go on the first 0. You see the guards, around you. It's too quick for them to kind of see what happened and be ready for it. They see a figure dart out of the high roller area. They start chasing. They start moving towards it and draw their weapons, but they don't have enough time to see you or take a shot. And then you see the ones on the far side of the floor. They're kind of the same thing. They see someone running, and they draw their weapons, and they start kind of like crowd controlling. They step up near the first section, which is like a gaming table area, and they're like, everybody leave your chips, move against the wall. But they have their blasters out. The room is kind of a large circle. You guys were near the left side of it, you're kind of on the left side of the circle, and the exit is at the bottom or the base of the circle. So it's about a quarter ways across the room.
So long distance?
So it's so if kids are troublesome. They stole my dry erase marker. Kids are nothing but trouble. So this is the high rollers area. This is the exit. This is where the hallway with the security spot was, and this was the secret room. Yep. So Bruce is kind of made it around the corner and kind of going along the wall towards the exit. Like I said, there's a pair of guards over here that are kind of ushering people away, and the other ones, they're kind of spread out on the floor. Like one of them, they're a minion group, so like one of them was like a pit boss, and then there's like a couple other just at some of the tables that are out there that are now focused on you guys.
So what's that other door behind
That's the plexiglass.
This is the plexiglass area for the high rollers area. This is the hallway that Roos went down.
Oh, okay.
And that's the other hallway that Roos went down.
And then this is the secret room for beating people.
Oh, okay. Got it.
It would be pretty amusing to run her into the secret door. But
yeah.
I disabled the interrogation droid, so I'd have to do it the old-fashioned way with those tools. And I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to, so out the front door I go.
Okay. So it gets to Roos's turn. I'll get to the next player's turn. Like I said, you see there's about 3 or 4 guards in the middle of the room that are kind of converging your way. There's 2 security guards that are still with Kirith that haven't moved towards your action. They're still detaining him. And then there's the 2 guards at the main door going out.
So I'm gonna keep booking it. I'm gonna take 2 strain for an extra maneuver to move
as fast as you can
to one shoulder.
Okay.
So I have a hand free.
Okay. All right.
But I'm gonna double move.
Okay. You'll be able to get just short of the main entrance with your double move. With your running this turn. And then are you trying to go in between stuff, or are you just staying along the outside edge so you can move faster?
Yeah, I'm just booking it. Counting on being able to just bulls rush my way through things.
Okay. Kirith? next NPC slot.
Okay.
Guards are there. They're there and they're quasi focused on you. They know the other distraction is more important, but they know at this point they need to focus on you.
Okay, so if I try to run, they're going to tackle me.
Mm-hmm. That's your assumption.
Well, Irri already
take them
knows.
to the interrogation room. It's fine. What
Well,
are they going to do? Nothing.
Oh, they can't. Well, actually, once I'm in the interrogation room, I can just walk out.
Fuck them up. That's right.
That's right. I'm going to hold my
Okay.
action. Actually, I'm going to do sense. So I'll roll. I'm going to do sense to commit my force dice to commit one force dice to defense and one to offense.
Okay. You do that, and we'll say they go after you. They step towards you and like, sir, if you can please come with us. Like, to leave your chips here at the table.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm just following. I don't know what the hell that's going on. So I'll just pay up front and we'll walk away. I'll walk away. Okay.
Okay. Go ahead and make a deception check.
All right.
You'll get a boost because you don't really know what's going on, but you're able to see who was involved. He didn't tell me the plan, but I know that's my guy. It'll be against a red and 2 purple.
Right.
You get a boost for the guy not being informed. Hi. Butterfly. You ain't quit stealing my stuff.
I'm trying to think if I'm going to need that force die that I couldn't commit to Braun for anything.
All right. Okay, so 2 reds, 2 purples, and a boost, and I have an additional boost. Okay, I'll roll it. Okay, well, I do succeed with advantages, but I get a despair.
You've been hot with that despair, man.
I know.
Go despairs! Okay.
They're taking you to the special room.
So my kids stole my map. So they take you out of the plexi area, leaving your chips. They start taking you around. We'll say for your despair, they take all of your chips, or all of your chips from the table, and they kind of put it into a sack and give it to the dealer and tell the dealer to hold on to it until the other security comes. So you're basically lose your 1,000 credits that you had bet.
Along with all the winning. So yeah, bye-bye 3,000. Yeah. Or no, I'm down to 2,000 actually. So because.
Oh, well, no.
I mean, if everything was winnings, then you're only going to lose your initial stake.
Yeah, my initial stake of 1,000. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm only doing 1,000 each time. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yep.
I'll figure it out.
So that'll be your despair. As they're moving across, since you're compliant, they are giving you space. They're not really harassing you in any manner. As you're able to see across the floor to see that Roos is making a beeline to the door. And you'll get a upgrade on the social check. Next social check for being compliant.
Okay.
Going back to the top of the round, the pair at the door will try to shoot you, Roos, with their thing on stun.
Obviously, I don't have my lightsaber out, so I won't get to reflect, but I do have 2 defense from the armor.
Okay. So they're short range and 2 defense. They're using stun. We'll give them a setback with how fast you're moving. With your 6
and I also have armor in the form of the legs of Irri.
Your meat shield.
That's right,
Yep.
meat shield. They can't. They gotta be careful because they can't shoot the boss.
Yeah, so that's an upgrade.
Yep.
Oh, I guess I am in melee. I guess.
The first one misses wide, but it kind of slows you down. So the next group will get a boost. The next group is a little bit better. Actually, no, they'd go 3 yellow, red, and these are the ones on the floor, so they have another setback. They get a boost. Ooh. They will hit 6 stun.
That doesn't even get through my brawn, much less my armor.
Oh, that's right. That's stun damage.
That's what happens when you jack up your brawn. Like, people can't hurt me now. So
All hulked up and nowhere to go.
damn, they had a lot
Somewhere to go, actually, but
I don't
okay.
even care if the doors are closed. If the doors are closed, they're probably made of glass. I'm gonna go right through. I don't even care.
Kool-Aid, man. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah!
As they did that, the doors are closing. They are
Do I get to Indiana Jones it?
they're reinforced glass. So
Oh, maybe I should whip out my lightsaber and just. The jig's up at this point.
Yeah. Oh.
no.
Sounds like kids doing something bad,
Yeah.
as kids like to do.
Yeah.
No. You can go to bed.
I'm so glad I'm out of that stage.
Oh yeah, all your kids are older, yeah.
Yeah, granted, I'm going into the teenage stage now, so.
Oh well, boy or girl?
Both. My son's 14 and my daughter's 12, so she's going
okay.
preteen.
So
And then I have a younger daughter at 8.
I feel like the nightmare stage for girls is teens. So.
Yeah, it's 12 to 15.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. At least you're in an age where you don't have to worry about them like tying up the phone line constantly.
Yeah, that's right, because we all have cell phones.
Cell phones,
Granted,
yeah.
my daughter doesn't, but.
But you know, like I know I have 3 sisters, and like they all like would be on the phone pretty much constantly with their friends and whatnot. So.
Granted, it's different now.
It is, yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's not necessarily the phone; it's now Zoom, and so it's
Right.
like, hey, we need to upgrade the internet plan. Heck, I feel like I need to anyway. I think I'm getting like these internet disconnections because my kids are watching Netflix while I'm trying to do this. So.
Right. You got to get the big old fat pipeline.
Yep.
Kids.
Uh-huh.
They took my dry erase marker and started drawing on the TV. So
Ooh.
it's a dry erase, so
Yeah, at least, and you were
off.
able to get it early. So yeah.
yeah. So he's going to bed. He's like, you're done. Yeah. So kids are fun at all ages. For trouble at all ages. So, but.
All right, so did both the minion groups went. So it's down to
Yep.
PC.
Yep.
Well, I'm not gonna try and run through reinforced glass. So I'm gonna whip out my lightsaber on the run here. I'll take 2 strain to get that maneuver.
Okay. So I'd say for breaking through the glass, it would have been a difficulty 4 if you wanted to try it.
So,
So-
difficulty 4 athletics.
Yep.
I think I can make that.
With 6 brawn, I think you probably can. It would be hilarious if you fail, but
Oh, boing. Yeah, it'd be really funny if I failed.
You would take stun damage there.
I mean, I get a yellow and a yellow and 6 greens, 5 greens, and a blue.
Mhm.
Yellow, 5 greens, and a blue.
and if you do it naturally, I'll upgrade. So it'll be 1 red and 3 purple.
Yeah, well, it'd actually be really entertaining if I could get away without using my lightsaber. Probably.
Yeah.
I'm going to upgrade
Okay.
So are we both upgrading? Is that what's happening here?
Yep. I already upgraded, so if you're going to do it as well.
Okay.
Let's see Kool-Aid Man in action.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm only committing 3 of my force dice, so
One more die. One force die. Oh.
all right. So two successes.
Okay.
Through the glass I go.
You break through. You break through the glass. It shatters. You instead of catching it in the middle, you angle to one side to try to get through to prevent from having to break through multiple ones, and it shatters. You take 2 strain.
No. I those are canceled by my force dice.
Oh, okay, cool. So you smash through it. You're now out into the waiting area of the hotel. You see at this time of day there's basically no one here. You do see over at the main door where the bouncers are. They've turned to look in. There's 2 bouncers.
What's happening?
But Gareth, you're being walked around the floor over to destination unknown.
I'm going to let them and say, look, you know what? Keep the chips. I don't care. I've learned my lesson. I'll leave here. I'll never come back.
Well, that might be true anyways, but we're gonna set you in here so we can review to see what happened, and then determine what results will happen.
The good door or the bad door?
He is being walked over to the bad door.
It's still gonna. It's okay. I'm biding my time. I'm gonna be a little more discreet
so they
than
still have
Bruce
the
here.
manual tools because I didn't take the manual tools.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna even let them get me in the chair.
Right.
It's
As soon
like
as the door closes, you're gonna be like, lightsaber.
They get over to the door. The one guard pushes it open to usher you through.
Okay.
Once he ushers you through, once he ushers you through, he closes it behind, with neither of them coming in, and then you hear a very loud locking sound.
I feel like it would be really amusing if you reenacted the True Lies scene where you're given truth serum, and then you explain how you're going to kill them.
To you all, how? My arm? Yeah, it has a lightsaber. They usher you in the room. They close the door behind you, and you hear a very distinct locking sound as the door shuts. After you hear the locking sound, you see the lights staging as they come on. Like I said, the first one reveals very little. The second one, you see 2 steel chairs in the middle with restraints on them, with a workbench on the side, and in the back you see 2 interrogation droids mounted on the wall.
Oh shit.
Jumping back up front, the guards in the middle of the floor are going to be too far away to get to you. The 2 at the door, they run to the lobby and they will try to take a shot at you, but probably are not going to be successful. And if they are, it probably, oh wow.
Wow.
So 10 damage.
Okay, so I will take 2 stun damage, it sounds like.
Yep, take 2 strain. As their shots dart across the floor, or as they jump through the door, they slip on the broken glass and crash to the ground. The bouncers.
I'm gonna hurdle them like O.J. Simpson in that Avis commercial. Just.
The bouncers turn, and only one's able to kind of get their weapon out and take a shot because you were moving with much speed.
Great alacrity.
Hate alacrity.
Gotta get out of
And
here.
7, 8, 9.
One more stop. No.
So 9. 2 advantages. They'll give you a setback on your next action.
My next action is going to be to book it.
My next action is the same as my last one. Run! Okay. So I'll go to you. So at this point, Kareth will basically drop off.
How far am I from the actual exit?
If you double run, you'd be able to get out basically to where the bouncers are. So out to the street level. If you double maneuver.
Okay, that's what I'm doing. So.
Okay. You just keep pressing on.
I'm just gonna keep on running.
Keep on.
These guys hear you like the blaster bolts had no effect on him. It's weird. They're like looking at him, like Luke style.
It's like, does this work? Oh, it worked on him. Huh.
What's wrong with this thing?
Yeah, they don't. Besides calling for backup, they wouldn't really have anything stronger at their desk. So they're going to take another shot at you. So 8 and 2 strain. So I'm assuming nothing.
They really did look into the barrel of the gun and pull the trigger.
With their 2 threat, after seeing you get hit by the stun bolt repeatedly, they basically move out of your way because they assume you're on something. If these aren't affecting you, that
he's on angel dust.
It's not worth dealing with you. You're able.
It ain't my money.
Yep, it's not my money. It's not worth it. So they move out of the way. Or you see they move out of the way kind of in a panic manner, and they don't try to take any shots at you as you run down the street.
I'm gonna duck into a nearby alley when it comes back to me.
Okay. You
like a nice dark alley because it's nighttime now, right?
Yep, it's nighttime
for a while. So.
Yep. You get into you're able to run for a ways to get into a dark alley. Is the typical dumpster for you to kind of get cover behind. And
block the alley real quick and.
Okay. You listen. And you start to hear the sirens of the local police, the local security defense or defense security, the planetary defense. As you hear speeders kind of going towards the hotel. Kareth, you're in there. The door just shut behind you. Looking around, like I said, you see. From everything you can see, this is an interrogation room. You see no cameras, nobody else in here. Just you and 2 probe droids in the corner.
Okay. All of a sudden, my arm pops out with its lightsaber going, okay. And I try to find... First, I'm going to go over there to dismantle those droids.
Okay. You go over there and go ahead and...
Oh, did you already take those guys out?
They didn't go in the room.
Oh, they just put you in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
They didn't strap you down or anything?
No. Oh, no. I am going to bunker down.
So, first, go ahead and make a I forgot to do it for Phil, but go ahead and make a fear check.
Yeah.
That would be a hard fear check. So 3 purple.
3 purple. Okay. And that's my discipline, if I remember right.
Yep.
It's discipline. Fear is one thing I always forget to involve. And, well, one of the things I always forget to involve, like conflict and all the other random things. And
I have excellent discipline, so I would have been all right.
I succeed.
Okay.
So, yeah, is fear part of Star Wars? I know that included in Genesis, like in the
It
new
is.
stuff.
Darth Vader's profile causes massive amounts of fear, like every turn. It's insane.
Wow.
Yeah. So in Force and Destiny, they put it big. It's in all the other ones, but it's more pronounced because fear is the path to the dark side. I'm trying to remember, like they just did like an episode on the Order 66 podcast, but like if you fail a fear check, you get conflict basically equal to how bad you fail by. Normally if you fail, you get either setback or upgrades to your rolls in the encounter, different stuff like that. So
Yeah, it's an awesome mechanic.
yeah, it is. I just keep forgetting about it because I'm like, oh, it was like it's not really in any other game system, so it's out of place, and a lot of people don't use it.
There's a few.
Call
that
of
have similar.
Cthulhu does.
Oh, well, yeah, but Call of Cthulhu.
Well, it uses the sanity, but
Yeah, insanity is basically the way that you die. In that, it's much rarer to die than to go.
Right. The main game systems that I've played don't really have it. White Wolf, D&D, they don't really have it. So, but you go over to the droids. What were you planning to do to them?
well, I was hoping to disable them.
Go ahead and
like here.
Oh, how are you planning to disable them?
Well, with my lightsaber.
Okay.
I don't know if I need to be, and I'm wondering at this case whether I need to be discreet or not.
That's up to you.
Let's see. I don't need to be.
Okay. Then you do not need to make any rolls as you slice through them, kind of cutting up as it goes through the sphere and the wire support racks that they're on, and the two halves fall to the ground, clunking by your feet. And you can easily have enough time to move over to whack the other one, and with the same result.
Yep. Okay. And is the table bolted down or something, or?
The table on the side, yeah, it's bolted to the ground. So are the chairs.
Okay. Well, is there any place to hide? Is it, or just one big room that's open?
One big room.
Well, it's not bolted down anymore. Zoom, zoom, and then I put the table to the side, collapse it, and put the chairs down, out in front of it, like a what are those caltrop things that they have at the at the seaside or something like that, or? Okay.
Oh, like the little hex things to.
Like the tank traps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you demolish the. Go and make a. You demolish the table and the chair and kind of shape them as defenses. As you're doing this, the lights shut off in your room. So now the only light you have is the couple of feet ahead of you that your saber emits.
They shut off the lights on you? Oh, because the door's been closed long enough. Right.
I will cut back to Roos.
All right. So I'm gonna try to block up the alley in an inconspicuous way. I'm not obviously gonna push all the dumpsters so that they're completely blocking, but push a dumpster nearer to the front, so that it's rotated out, and stack more trash in, whatever, that they can't see me. And then we're gonna wake our buddy up.
Okay.
Check them for weapons and stuff. See what they've got on them.
You check him. He has
a data pad would be nice.
He doesn't have a data pad on him. He has a key card that looks like it's going to be like he has 2 key cards. One is identified to a suite in the hotel, and the other one is unmarked.
Probably to the warehouse or something. Hopefully. Okay, no weapons, nothing like that.
Nope. Go ahead and make a.
I'm gonna have to get new brass knuckles, by the way, which is sad.
I'll have to get a new blaster too.
Well, you might be able to just take a blaster if someone comes in to try and torture you.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So that's all you find on him. You're able to wake him up, and he comes to, and he continues on his rant. He's cheating. He needs to be removed from the table, and he kind of realizes that he's in a completely different location as his brain catches up with his body. And he's like, what the? He kind of looks and sees you, and you see he has a very panicked look on his face of not having any clue of what's going on. He immediately tries to scamper away.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hold him down.
Okay. With 6 bonds still, you're easily able to keep him in place. It's like, as he's trying to scamper, it's like, you don't want to do this. I'm a powerful man, and you'll regret this. You're going to want to let me go, and I'll ignore it. But if you press this matter, bad things will happen.
In this moment, I believe I'm the one with the power. And if you would like to continue to exercise your power, these next couple of minutes are going to be very crucial for you.
Power changes hands very quickly in places like this.
You're right. Right now I've got it in my left hand. Now I've got it in my right hand. And I'm going to squeeze kind of hard.
Okay. Go ahead and make a coercion check.
That makes sense.
I wish coercion worked like intimidate in D&D, where it goes off of strength, because that would be really good.
Yep.
You can fudge it that way sometimes, but it's a really GM's prerogative.
Right. I mean,
It's the whole thing. If you don't want too many skills under one thing, there's some talent one of the forums. A guy's like, well, like the person's playing a Wookiee who's their mechanic, and they want to use their brawn for doing mechanics of just smashing it to make it work. And they're like,
of course.
yeah, it's like maybe like a once in a counter session, but don't let him get away with that all the time, because then he's just gonna jack his brawn up to 5 and smash stuff. Mm-hmm. So.
Okay. So any benefit to the position that we're in, where I'm obviously in a position of power?
Yeah. You can take 2 boosts, but then also add a setback for his arrogance, I guess.
Okay. And what's the actual roll against?
Does Nobody's Fool do coercion?
It does.
Okay.
Nobody's Fool does. Oh wait, hold on. Let me double check. I think it is coercion as well. I'll roll.
I don't have any.
It does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody's Fool does do coercion.
So it'll be 3 red.
Well, I'm probably going to fail this. That's okay. I do not.
Damn.
I know those blues were really helpful. Like, really
Wow.
helpful.
Really
The
helpful.
boost helped. Wow.
So three successes, 5 advantages.
So,
Yeah, that one force
You-
guy is working overtime, by the way.
so since you're doing intimidation on influence, you have to use dark side for it because it's
Okay.
an
That's
action.
fine.
So
Yeah, that makes sense.
3.
So
And
they won't do anything then.
he's like, you see him. You see his facial reaction change, and it's like to disgruntled. Of all right, well, what do you need to know to let me go?
You are in possession of a number of combat droids. Where are they?
They're safe and secure
Where?
and are not a threat to anybody.
Where?
If I tell you that, is that all you need?
We'll see.
At the shipping container on or in the shipping yard at 12th and Palto. There's 3 blue containers marked as what was it? I forgot the name of the factory that they came from, but with the name of the factory,
It was Hallex.
Alex.
Was that the unnamed factory? Yeah.
Yep. There's 3 containers with 3 blue containers with Hallex technology on them, where the droids are contained. But they'll do you no good. They're designed to only activate when given the command, and no one here has that command.
This shipping yard, what is the security like?
Like most shipping yards, it has a rigid fence system. It's a rigid fence or a high fence around it. It's normally electrified to keep people out, but inside the items are so bulky that they normally don't keep much actual security on hand to protect the merchandise.
This key card, what does it go to?
That that overwrites the lock on the shipping containers to access the droids.
Excellent. Is there a passphrase or anything that you could give to an employee that would allow them to get into the shipping yard unquestioned?
No.
Okay. Last thing, do you have a way to, did he have a comm or anything?
He does not on him. When normally when you go to high roller areas, they don't want any electronic devices there to help prevent cheating,
Okay.
as well as it's kind of his reclusion spot to unplug. That's why the guard kept going up to him
So
to
that means
inform him of
Kira didn't
updates.
have his either?
They didn't take it off of him. So Keth would still have his, but if it came on when he was there, he would have quickly been ushered away.
Sure.
They would have expected him to know that shouldn't have those on at the table.
Okay, so I want you to speak into this comm. Tell the person on the other end of this comm what they can do to escape from your torture chamber that you have in your casino.
That's not my casino. I just frequent it. You say I haven't been into a torture chamber in the casino.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in the gambling area, the lobby, and in my suite upstairs, which is far from a torture chamber. And you can tell he's telling the truth.
Okay.
No, you're
Okay.
well, against lines ridiculous.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Then, is there anything that you would be able to do to defer the casino guards from taking action against the person who is on the other end of this comm?
I would have a little sway in it. As a high roller there, I'd have some sway, but with this, depending on what all the security finds of him cheating would be the bigger issue. But why would I want to help you? What's your so basically he's trying to get something from you in return. So he's doing a negotiation check, and either go negotiation or discipline.
I doubt my negotiation's very good right now because I'm using my force. I've got my force dice committed. So let's go discipline.
So if you're willing to, if you want to negotiate with him, it would be negotiation.
Yeah, I don't.
If you want to just flat out reject it, it'd be discipline.
Yeah. Okay. So 2 yellow, 2 green.
So 2 red, 2 purple.
We're evenly matched in wits, apparently.
Yeah, I'm doing that for you. Ooh.
Oh, no.
He's like, you seem to know a lot about me. Why don't you tell me about this person that has been in, I've been playing with tonight that is obviously cheating and obviously knows more than what he's been alluding to. That might be a fair price for me helping him out.
Okay, and with all those successes and the triumphs, I'm assuming I have to tell him something. What do I actually have to give away?
So he failed miserably.
Okay.
So
You got to spare.
Yeah. So you can shut him down. No, you're going to help him. So kind of your response is you can just end the negotiation.
Yeah. Once again, and I'll give him a little bit of a massage there. Squeeze a little harder. You're not really in much of a position to negotiate here, friend. Here's what's going to happen. I'm not going to do anything bad to you. But I am going to make sure that you can't interfere with my plans for the next little bit of time. And this all, of course, assumes that you are telling me absolutely everything that I would need to know to get my friend and I out safely, and about your droids.
Well, your friend, like I said, I can.
Yeah.
I can help.
Otherwise, and then I'll reach out and pull out my lightsaber.
Okay.
I too am going to slip closer to the dark side, apparently.
He's like, I can try to help, but again, it's the security footage, which will be the bigger piece to free your friend. For whatever your plan is with the droids, the only way to access that shipping facility without breaking in there is to be a registered owner of the merchandise, and it goes off of facial recognition for you to access your containers. So that's going to be kind of his despair of giving you that information.
Okay. When you go there, what do you have to present? Is it only facial recognition and your key card, or do you have to say a passphrase?
To get into the facility, it's only facial recognition.
Okay.
Once you're at the containers, then it's just the key cards.
Okay. Well, you have given me the information that I needed. It is definitely much appreciated. I hope we never cross paths again, and I'm going to knock his ass out again.
Okay. You knock him out. What are you going to do with his body?
I'm going to put it in the dumpster covered with garbage. Yeah.
All right. He's now in the dumpster.
All right. I'm good. I realize it is really, really late at night. Can I use Streetwise to find out if there's a shop where I could get some basic supplies for making a disguise?
Yeah. You can go and make a streetwise check.
I'm going to stop committing to brawn, by the way.
So it'll be hard. And then because of the time of day, we'll give you 3 setbacks.
That's the exact amount you can dismiss.
I actually get rid of 4 setbacks. I get rid of 6 on Knowledge Underworld.
Let's see.
That's ridiculous.
I thought it was 5 that you got rid of. So I'm like, well, I can't beat 5, so I'll just go 3.
Okay, so I got a success with 2 advantages.
Okay. You're able to ask around briefly, and you find.
I have a party to go to, a masquerade. Where can I get a suitable equipment to disguise myself at this time of night? Totally forgot about it.
Yep. You find a costume shop that's open. It's right next to like one of the strip clubs. And so in there, a bunch of their stuff is like body glitter and stripper apparel, but they also have
Of course it is.
Regular costumes as well. Besides, so they have a wheeler's costume versus
in the novelty section.
Yep.
Yeah. Or unusual tastes section.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I've got coolophilia. I really need you to be a sexy clown right now.
So, what type of disguise do you find there?
I'm gonna disguise myself as this guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to the shipping containers. I've got his key card.
Go ahead.
There's a disguise kit, right?
Yeah.
Gives you
Yep.
boost to skullduggery.
Yep.
Yeah.
So so now that you have the stuff, you can get we'll give you a boost dice for your roll. For tricking the security system, it'll be 2 purple and 2 red, because it's an advanced system.
Yep.
If you plan to go at nighttime, you can get a boost dice, because
it's already nighttime, isn't it? I'm
Yeah.
going now.
yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah. And of course, on the way, I'm going to tell Kirith my plan. That way, if he escapes, he knows where to go.
As you call to Kirith, you can tell you're sending a signal, but nothing's being received.
Okay. No. And I guess there's no voicemail on the communicator. So.
Nah.
Oh well.
You head over to the shipping yard. Kirith, you're standing in the dark with just your lightsaber to illuminate, with your defenses set in front of you towards the door. Every once in a while, you hear light conversation as people walk by the door. It feels very strange to be in a room like this that's not far from the casino floor, with the devices that you found on the table before you chopped it to pieces.
It can't be soundproofed either, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to hear the other side of the wall. So,
you, with the light emitting, you look up and you see they have a, so it's not active, but they have like one of the force shields
okay.
that can drop down later on. You see those along the roof. But time continues to pass, and you're left there sitting in the dark.
Okay.
Well, wait it out, or
No, I'm gonna see if by looking at the walls, if there's a way out. I'm guessing there's no way out of there. Which wall would I think would be the wall to the outside, or would I think that?
with where it's positioned in the building, all of the walls behind you, you think would go to other locations in the building. It's not adjacent to like the outside wall.
Okay.
The ceiling is steel up above you, and then the concrete down below. You're on the base floor of the hotel, with only just a drain going out down below you.
This is okay. So, well, at least they can't torture me. I see the restraints. I'll short those out too.
Okay.
And then, just in case, I'm just buying, just making sure that if anything goes down, have the most advantage that I can.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that either I go through there with all the guards, or they're going to come to me with more guards.
Maybe they, as far as they know, you're just a vanilla cheater, right? Until
they open the door and see the barricade.
And the droid's cut in half and the shield cut through.
I might have let fear dictate my response.
you might have.
Anything you're going to do? Are you going to wait?
Thing is that, you know what? I realize I'm going, wait a minute, they're not here. Did they know? Do they know? Oh no. In for a penny, in for a pound, and I stab into the backside of the wall and start cutting a hole out.
Okay. The back wall, you stab through it. As your blade goes in, it is solid concrete for the length of your blade. You feel it kind of like when you saw episode 1 of Obi-Wan, kind of slowly pushing through. It takes a while for your blade to get to that depth, and you cut a chunk out. You get about a 3-foot chunk kind of cut out, and you feel that it didn't penetrate to another location. These walls are very thick, from what you can tell. As that happens, the middle set of lights turns on.
All right. Well, I don't know if there's any worth risk hiding. I'll extinguish my lightsaber and duck into the barricade.
Okay.
It's still in hand.
Still in hand. Or still in arm. Oh, in hand, not in arm yet. So
Not yet.
Okay. Going back to roofs. You make your way over to the shipping yard. You notice that there's at the gate, which is a wide gate, large enough for the vehicles to get through. They have a security office on the side of it. You see in there they have two guards and a basically admin or a employee there, sitting behind the employees behind the desk, and you see the 2 guards out front. As you go up, the walls or the fences that they have, they're probably about 25 feet tall. You see they have wires running across them, and they encompass the whole yard. They curve up at the top. You see that they curve out some, but not significantly.
I mean, I did use my experience to finally buy down that side of the tree of enhance, but I want to try my disguise bit first.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens.
Okay. So as you step up, the 2 security officers, they see you, and they kind of give a puzzled look of having people this late in the evening. But they kind of just gesture towards the desk. You go up, and there's a younger human, probably mid-20s, at the desk, and it's like, "Oh, welcome, sir. We don't get many people this late. What can I help you with?"
Need to check on my gear.
"Oh, I'm sure it's fine. It's been in the yard with our security. Do you have reasons of concern for it?"
I heard some rumors.
Okay. Go ahead and make an average discipline check, or not discipline check, deception check.
Why do I have all those dice set? Is there a easy way to clear? Oh, there is. Okay. Nope, cancel. All right, I just do it the old-fashioned way.
Okay.
All right, now it's clear. All right. So deception, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 of those, 4 of those, and what's his pool?
His is low. He's just 2 purple.
All right, 2 successes.
Okay. He's like, okay. Well, I assure you everything's safe and secured, but if you want to check it out, we can, one of my guards will escort you. He lifts up a data pad. Like if I could have you lean forward into this for verification.
Okay.
You lean forward and go ahead and
Agree.
Go with your skullduggery check that we talked about before.
Yep. You said 2 red, 2 purple.
Red, 2 purple.
And I got a boost for the kit and a boost because it's dark.
And
I want to spend a destiny point on this.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
okay. Then I won't. I was tempted to, but cool.
Woo! Okay. Well, something bad happened.
Okay.
But I succeeded.
Okay. He's like, oh, he holds up the scan, and it takes a little. You seem kind of a different. Actually, no. You hold up the scanner, and it scans, it beeps. He turns it back around, like, oh, Mr. Carri, good to see you again. We'll have the guard escort you to your shipping container, and make sure everything's okay. And like I said, we've had no break-ins. He kind of points over to one of the security walls, or one of the security panels, showing the layout of the shipping containers. He presses the button and it illuminates yours that are near the middle of the yard. It's like yours are far away from any edges, and we've had no break-ins. As you see, he's like kind of pointing around the perimeter that there's no security or no threats detected, and the electrical fence has not activated within the last 3 days. So everything should be safe, sir. But if you wish, you're more than welcome to go. He kind of ushers over one of the guards to go with you. So giving you the extra information of letting you see the layout of the spot. And I'll say you probably still have like 2 advantages left if there's you want to use them. And telling you what containers are was one of the big advantages.
I just take the boost from if the next time I have to make a social check.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna have to. I don't want to kill this poor guy.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was thinking the exact same thing.
All right. You head up, and you head out into, or the guard starts leading you to the yard, and he just greets you like, good to see you, Mr. Carri. Just follow me and we'll go to your property, so you can make sure it's okay. He takes out he grabs a flashlight like from the rack, and he heads over and he walks you over. It's not that far of a walk to get over there, but it's a big shipping yard with the different containers. He takes you over to the containers. They're stacked 3 high, all on top of each other. You see the blue containers with the Hallex logo on them. So here you go. He kind of like starts walking around, shining the flashlight on the containers, kind of looking for any intrusions or cut points or anything else. And he kind of walks around with you. He's like, everything checks out.
I'm going to go in. There will be no need for you to follow.
Okay. He goes over to the entry points to the containers. And he gestures towards the keypad.
All right, I'll put the key card in.
Okay. You put it in, it changes in beep screen. You hear the lock release. He kind of steps up and grabs one of the doors, and kind of pulls it open. And he ushers you in and takes a couple steps back.
Yep. I move to pull the door closed behind me.
Okay. You pull the door closed.
Yep. So you said we
you're-
were stacked on top of each other, right? The three were stacked on top of each other?
Yes.
Okay. Good.
So one container where the roof is, the
Yep.
next where starts the next one,
Yep.
and so far up.
Yep.
So, okay.
So,
You're in the container.
I'm in the dark now, sealed in the box.
Yep.
Proceed to chop robots.
Okay. You proceed to chop
And
robots.
when I've chopped all the robots in this box, I cut a hole in the box on top, climb up, and proceed to chop more robots.
Okay. You proceed to chop robots. This takes a little bit of time as you're going through. It is not the quietest of tasks.
No.
So,
Robots are just clanking the ground everywhere, sure.
yep.
But I don't know if he knows how to open this thing because I've got the key card.
Yep. So robots are clanking to the ground loudly, especially when you cut through multiple layers of containers to get to the next one. That makes awfully loud clunks as it drops to the ground. But you start chopping robots. We'll cut it back to Daniel. You're behind your barriers. The middle light is on. Still, nobody has come through the door. The walls around you are thick concrete.
So there's only one. Do I only see or sense one person, or?
You don't. You sense you can sense people as they pass by outside, but you don't sense anybody standing at the door.
Oh, so the middle light comes on.
So you.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and make a knowledge underworld.
Okay, I don't have any ranks in that, weirdly enough. Even though it's a class skill. I know, silly me.
It'll just be an average check.
Granted, even that, I'll go ahead and say I'll use my cunning for this once because it feels appropriate. So average, all right. I succeed.
Okay. You realize that the lights turning on is basically just them messing with you, basically trying to break you down before they talk to you. After a while, like the middle light turns off and it puts you back in the dark, and then they turn on a different bank of lights.
I see.
So at this point, they're just kind of trying to break you down before they talk to you. This goes on while Roos is cutting up robots, and probably after about 20 minutes, you actually do sense somebody at the door. You sense 5 people come to the door outside of you, and you, at this point, or once you sense them come to the door, all of the lights inside shut off. You start to see sparks emanate from the field that you cut up top. And so you see sparks coming down at the door. You hear the door unlock, and after the door unlocks, you hear it lock back again. And then the sparks stop from the field.
That's weird. And I didn't sense the people coming in or at all, or?
Nope. For the sense, do you sense emotions or just?
I do, but at a game.
Just
yes.
a roll? Okay.
I'll go ahead and roll. Let's see how much. I'm wondering whether or not to keep my stuff. I still have my dice committed for a fight.
Okay.
Granted, I'll commit them and I can recommit them later, so that's fine. I'll just.
Okay.
So I do have the basic power and the control. I can do. It's only on engaged targets. I don't have any range.
You don't have any range?
No, so I can only sense, or like at short range.
So if you're basically at the door, I'll let you use it. If you're basically at the door where your barricades are at, kind of
Okay.
trying to be ready to ambush them.
Okay. Let's go ahead and do the sense. Yeah. What do I see?
You sense the worry or fear in them. They have a feeling of uncertainty.
Okay.
I though, because of what I did.
No, because it was what I did.
Oh.
Because they basically tried to turn on their security field. They can tell that the security field didn't turn on. So
They can tell that. Okay, I didn't realize they could tell that because it's on the inside.
Yeah, it's pretty much they're saying all things are malfunctioning.
So they're planning to go in there where they felt they had power, and now that their illusion of power is fading quickly, that they're like, all right, I don't know what he's doing in there, but something's not right. So they stay there. They stay in front of the door. They stay positioned kind of against the wall. Or you can sense that they're still positioned along the wall, but they aren't moving into it.
Would they hear my lightsaber if I ignite it again?
Probably. So you were able to hear conversation going by. So it'd probably be very hard for them to hear a lightsaber ignite. But there's a chance.
The only thing I'm wondering if I want to take out the light. I wish I thought about that, but that's because I thought the lights were just going to be off. How about this? Is there a way that I can disable the lights without using my lightsaber?
If you pick up your barricades and hook them up with the lights, you figure that will cause them to shatter. It would make noise. You don't see any, like the lights are attached to the roof, so you don't see any real wires going to them. So short of breaking them, you don't see a way of turning them off.
Okay. And the lightsaber, cutting with the lightsaber will make same amount of noise or less, or?
Cutting with the lightsaber would make less noise.
Okay, I'll use the lightsaber.
Okay.
Yeah, have them roll perception, yeah.
What's your stealth?
My stealth? Horrible.
Okay.
It's 1 and 2. Or 1 and 1.
1 and 1? Okay.
Yeah.
Three blank setback dice. They hear. So you ignite your blade and you kind of cut the lights. As you cut them, you see sparks kind of coming down from the wires cut or the material that is cut through. You hear a kind of soft crinkling on the ground, but you hear the door unlock again, and the door get pushed open. You see that's the only light source. So as you kind of look that way, after you darken the lights, your eyes, actually you have your lightsaber out, so that give you a light, kind of constant light first being blinded. But you see there is the 5 security people that all have their blasters out, and 4 of them quickly push through, with the 5th one stopping to relock the door. Or actually, no, it's just auto lock. So all 5 kind of rush in with their blasters out, and the door locks behind them. Go ahead and roll your initiative.
All right. Special rolls. Roll initiative.
NPC. And then
Golly.
damn
Wait.
it. Set. I've got to hit Mark as a roll for initiative for the second one.
All right.
Okay. So the man up front, he sees you there with a lightsaber, and in typical fashion, tries to shoot at you.
Yeah. Okay. 2
At
reds.
least he's not throwing his gun at you, Superman style.
Or actually, short. I'm guessing we're near short range, so it's a red and a purple.
Okay. And do you have any defense?
Yes, I do. I have, I think, the range armor,
Okay.
and
So it should be 2.
and then I have a +1 to ranged. Yeah, so I think it's
2.
Yeah, 2.
Okay. All right. He is going to. He shoots. You see the stun ring go towards you, and you're able to easily just block it out of the way. You don't have to activate or reflect. It's just narrative. You stop it with your blaster. The advantage, as you stop it with your blaster, you feel some of the effect of it. So it'll give you a setback dice. But then after he sees the ring dissipate on your lightsaber, he uses his other advantages to jump back towards the door. And you see him kind of start fiddling with the lock to get out.
Like, wait a minute.
They bit off more
Not
than
what I
they.
signed up for.
He knows he bit off more than he can chew. So it will go to your turn.
I'm gonna.
Range.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna just lay into them.
So there's the one rival who's at the door, and then the other 4 is a minion group.
Other 4 is a minion group.
Yep.
I'm guessing the minions advance, so I'm just gonna,
Okay.
cut right through them.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna attack the minions. Cool.
Yeah.
You're 2 purple for difficulty. They don't have any setback dice, so this I'm sure will hurt.
Okay. Hold on. It is lightsaber. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and roll. Yeah, I do. I do 18 stun damage, or 15 stun damage, and 3 stun.
Okay. You drop the one. You drop the pair that are on the right hand side. They drop to the ground, kind of convulsing, and the other 2 are very worried. They're going to try to shoot you, but seeing their 2 buddies drop, they're not going to do so well. Your sense,
Yeah.
do you have the one where it affects 2 people?
Uh,
All the way down? Or the second control?
I have the second control. When an attack targets the force user, he upgrades the difficulty pool twice.
Yeah. There's one where it affects 1 person, and there's another one where it lets you do it a second time per
Oh,
round.
I thought it was just. It says once per round, and so I thought it would just be any attacker.
Yeah, no, it's because there's another control that, let me bring up make sure I'm remembering it right.
Yeah. Okay. I hope.
Says, So the first one, commit once per round when an attack targets the user, upgrades the difficulty. This duration, the duration one. Ongoing may be triggered one additional time per round.
One additional time, yes, I do.
Yep. Okay. And then the second one does the additional upgrade. So
Right, because this is the round. So yeah, I can do the second time. I didn't know. Yeah, that's right. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yep. So they get it too. They are. They shoot with sunblasts, and they. You're able to deflect theirs, and you see them, kind of starting to. They move to the other side of the room to try to get distance from you, and they take a strain. So you're next to the rival who is trying to get back out. Let's roll his cool. And what is... So this would be a hard check, and not good for him. So he's at the door fiddling with it, trying to get out. So he's rolling his cool. He succeeds. So he's able to he opens the door, and he darts out onto the floor. As he darts out onto the floor, he crashes into people who are walking by the door, and gets knocked to the ground. But you see him fiddling to get his communicator from his pocket.
This would have been a lot easier if I just, fiddled the lock and just walked out. I just realized this. I just realized all this time I could have just fiddled with the lock and walked out. They weren't guarding the door.
Nope.
Yeah, it's not as easy to know that if you can't see through the wall, though.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, it's your turn. You're the guy who just bursted out the door. The door is open. The two other guards move to the back wall. Still have their blaster pistols out. The casino floor.
Yikes. Yeah, I really didn't think this through. Well, I can't get out the other way, so I start running to the exit I know.
All right. You start heading towards the exit that you know. You can double move, so you'll be kind of near the door. The two in the back, you don't see them come out. The guy on the ground, he finishes fiddling in his pocket and gets his communicator. And you hear you see on the roof lights. They're not very noticeable, but you see like a string of red lights kind of start illuminating on the floor. So basically they start off the alarm, but they don't want it to alarm the patrons. You're able to continue running. You get to the main door where there's two people who are stationed there. They will try to take a shot at you.
All right.
And, they will hit for 8 strain, and they'll give you a setback.
Okay. Let's see. At my level of reflect, I haven't
done any attacks, so I can be able to spend 1 strain to reflect back, reduce the damage by 6. So yeah, I'll just take 1 strain instead, and that's it.
All right. You knock their blast out of the way. As you get close, they see that you have your saber, and they use their maneuver to kind of move out of the way. And you continue running through the lobby. The guards out front, as they see you running, they see a saber in your hand, and they, like with Roos, they back out to give you clearance to get out of the way because they don't want to mess with that. And you
First drug addicts, now Jedi. What's going on?
What the hell is going on? They let you out into the streets. As you get to the streets, you see that there are 2 speeders from the Planetary Defense Force with officers at the side of them. They see you come out. They see you come out, but they don't really have enough time to. They see you come out, but they're not going to have enough time to really get a good shot at you. And they just don't want to shoot randomly into the city. So you're able to make it down the streets. You hear them kind of get into their car and start driving towards you. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
All right.
So you can do stealth or
Okay.
you can do stealth if you're going to try to just find somewhere quick to hide. If you want to try to ditch them or take advantage of knowing the city, you could do a streetwise check.
I'll do streetwise.
I figured. Knowing the layout of the town to be able to find to take advantage of you being on foot and them in cars.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. It'll go against their perception. So it'll be 2 red and a purple.
Okay. Should I upgrade? No, I'll just let it roll.
Okay. And then you do have, oh no, you're doing streetwise, never mind.
All right. I succeed.
Okay. You're able to find narrow out, or you're able to, with going through town, you remembered some narrow alleys that you could take advantage of to kind of sneak through to be able to lose them. We will cut there and go back to Roos. You've made it through your 3 shipping containers of cutting robots.
Yep.
Making plenty of noise along the way.
Yep.
What would you like to do?
So when I get to the end, when I finally cut all the robots, I'm going to cut a hole in the roof of the last one.
Okay.
But on an end.
Okay.
And then I am going to. How far is it from? You said the containers were in the middle of the yard, but there's containers everywhere, right? So I could easily run along the top of the containers, jumping from container to container until I could jump over the fence, right?
Yeah, with your 6 brawn, you could easily jump to the next container.
Well, I wasn't going to use brawn. I was going to use athletics.
Okay.
And I also, like I said, bought those force,
Yep.
that side of enhance.
Yeah. So if you use the force to do it, if you use the force to do it, you could basically get out. Well, if you have successes, you could get out in 1. If you get too extreme, otherwise you take 2 jumps to get out.
All right. Well, I mean, I guess I'll roll my first dice and see what happens. I only bought the the horizontal and vertical abilities. I didn't buy the range or the force or the maneuver one.
Okay.
So does that mean I wouldn't be able to do it, or?
Hold on, let me go look at that one. Because you, nope, that was the wrong, I already had it open. Okay. So without having the range, you'd have to make a couple more jumps to get there. I'm not worried about. You have enough force dice to do small jumps because you only need 1 point. So you're able to get to. Go ahead and make a. They're probably both ridiculous. Go ahead and make a perception. Go and make a perception check.
Okay. What were you debating between perception and vigilance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure
vigilance is worse than perception. It is. But, I mean.
Not noticeable? Yeah.
Yeah.
So. It'll be hard. And I would say 2 step back, but I'm sure you would ignore those. So.
2 is how many I ignore for perception, yes.
Oh, man. Should have went higher.
Hard, you said. All right. Well, no problem.
No problem at all.
No problem at all. All right. You are easily able to jump from container to container to get to the edge with your 6 advantages, or with your you're able to find containers that stack up high enough where you would be able to use your jump to get out, even with it being the curved fence. You jump out as you with all of your successes. One other thing that you notice after you run and jump out, looking back into the yard, you notice that the security person is still at the container kind of waiting for you. But you see in the air, you see 2 droids, 2 of the camera droids that were circling around the container. And when you started jumping out, one of them kind of quit looking at the container and watched you escape.
Okay.
As you jump to the street, you're able to get away because no one's chasing you.
And I'm going to try the radio again to see if Kirith is free now.
You grab your radio and you bring it up, and right before you press the button, you hear it activate, and you hear Qatar say, Kirith, Roos, you might want to come back to the ship. It seems like we have guests here. And that's where we'll stop. Go ahead and take 15 experience.
Yep. Okay.
And if you guys are good for meeting next week, we should be able to continue. If not, we'll skip a week.
I should be able to.